Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hey.
Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. We're already at the fucking quarter century point.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works now. But yeah, here we are.
Yes, but even though new years are here, we still got to talk about old shit.
Well, season 3. Yeah, the last Marvel thing ever last year.
Yeah, the last Marvel product, you had like five of those, I think. You had Echo, which we did a video on. We had X-Men 97, we had Deadpool 3, we had Agatha, and then we had What If.
Yay. I mean, I'm still watching okay, I will not be able to finish Kraven before our next stream, but I'll try to finish Hit Monkey season 2. That's also Marvel. Fun.
Is that 2024 or
2024.
interesting? I've not heard anything about it.
Yeah, because okay, here's the thing. Because in that show, Marvel decided to just even because remember because Feige took over the TV's license for Marvel shows now, so he was like, yeah, sorry, even though we allow your show to continue, it can't be associated with Marvel. Even though it's like, okay, this is New York City, and season 2 has this like league of superheroes in like New York City with like unique superpowers, and they're like evil. I was like, and they call themselves Assassination Corporation. I was like, okay, this is clearly some Marvel team you can't allow to use the names or the character names of. But they have Mephisto, so I don't know how that works.
You know, you're you deal with like a powerful entity that I think it's difficult to justify. And another show has this exact same problem.
Yep. Hey. At least they got Keith David as what's it called? Is it Mephisto? Yeah.
Where
Hit Monkey season
in
2.
Hitmonkey, okay.
Yeah.
There was a voice for the Hood, a male voice, but it's not a guy. That's a twist.
Yay.
We'll get to that. So yeah, this is the last season of What If. How has the franchise been for you?
Season 1 horrible, season 2 horrible, MCU Phase 5 horrible.
Yeah. So obviously, so What If was supposed to be an anthology series. It is still advertised like an anthology series, and I guess to a degree it does. But there was always something that's got to connect all the episodes. Like it all led up to this sort of a thing. But at least season one had like Guardians of the Multiverse, even though that's stupid. It was like, at least like it gave some kind of purpose to watch the show, then you like at least know where some of these characters are coming from.
The here's the thing. This should be anthology, so we shouldn't even have like this OC Avengers assemble at the end. So like
God.
what? Yeah.
Honestly, with this season, like I will say, like I didn't. I mean, I hate it. I hate it, but like I think like for this season in particular, it's like you can just definitely tell that all of there's no creative juices to begin with, but like yeah, let's just do stuff. That was like the motto for this season at this point.
Yay.
Yeah, like for example, what if the Hulk fought the Mech Avengers?
That's a fucking lie. He didn't even fought the Mech Avengers.
He didn't. But then it's like, oh, but technically the Hulk is fighting them, but it's just not Bruce Banner Hulk is not fighting them, which is
okay, that was not even the name they gave to the monsters, but sure.
Yeah, it's just Godzilla mixed with Pacific Rim
and Power Rangers.
and Power Rangers.
Jeez. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
episode 1, by the way.
So this is another thing too. It's like this season has kind of given up on trying to justify. Okay, so think about your universe that you've seen in the MCU. It's just that this one thing is different. No, in this season they just went straight up. Okay, we're just doing random seasons. Don't try to justify. Some of them they do try to justify as to how this is happening in this time, but most of the episodes are like, nah, this is just a straight up different universe, and we're
yeah.
just doing our own thing. Which honestly, I wonder if that's because of the backlash of what season 1 and 2 is like. You're not none of these like episodes like make any sense if you factor in. But I just don't expect them to be listening to that.
No, they'll be like, yeah. Even if they listen to us, like they'll be like, well, you don't know better. I'm the writer. You're the fucking people who watches us. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, because like this episode is like straight up like there's like nothing that can like emulate from what is from the MCU. So it's like that's why I treated this episode kind of different in the sense of like, okay, it's like they're not really the same characters because they're not trying to be. Because the first thing is like you see Hulk and Bruce Banner and Sam Wilson are like best friends, and that's like the entire plot point of the episode. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's a kaiju Godzilla monster and
No,
Mech Avengers 2, by the way. So
someone
that's the
just wanted.
connection.
What the fuck was that supposed to do? It was like, okay, clearly someone just wanted to do some anime shit. That's my impression.
Bad anime.
Bad
Like,
anime.
no, it really is like the what Americans think anime is, or like something like that. I don't know. It's hard to explain. So yeah,
Yeah.
basically, so I what I did kind of like is that in the beginning of the episode they have like a kind of like a different animation style of the Avengers, but then it's also like it's like in the tone of the 1970s Incredible Hulk. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was like the best part of the entire episode.
Yeah.
I was like, can I watch that? Oh, of course not written by you, but like, can I just watch that like written by some other people?
Yeah. So basically, you know, you got your standard Hulk is not really happy about things that are going on. Uh he's not really happy with being the Hulk, Bruce Banner, that kind of thing. The Avengers are trying to be supportive of his life, but like he feels like he's always going to be like a big risk and all that stuff. And then it intercuts a bit from here and there with that, and then it does like the Winter Soldier opening, but like instead of Steve and Sam, it's Sam and Bruce Banner, and on your left you got all these references too. Yeah, so like you have that plus like they have a conversation, they do like the therapy session and all that stuff about how Sam is just trying to explain like nobody is scared of you.
Yeah, so
And
that's
I don't see a monster, I see a friend, like that kind of stuff.
pretty much. I was like, yeah. By the way, we should really talk about when does this take place. When do you think it takes place?
It doesn't take place anytime. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It is like post Avengers minus Winter Soldier, but it's not at the same time because like there's nothing because of the inclusion of all the other superheroes and like all that stuff, which we'll get to the other superheroes because it's really stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly, my thing about this episode is like it felt like they needed something to like remind you like, yeah, this is our next Captain America. Let's like really sell him as why he's going to be a great Cap. And I'm not going to say that I agree or disagree with it. I mean, I don't have a problem with Sam being Cap. It's more like I can see what you're doing. Like, oh, look at this empathetic man. Look at this guy who's connecting so well with Bruce Banner. He's standing up to kaijus with no fear and all that stuff. Isn't he going to be a great Cap? It's like, okay, I get it, but I feel like that's the point of this episode, just to sell you on Sam as Cap.
And also they just want to do Pacific Rim and Godzilla versus Kong. That's basically the only other reasons.
Yeah. So a mix of this is kind of like what gets Bruce to think, I just need to get rid of this monster, get rid of it once and for all. So his reasoning, so this is why he goes to the lab again and he decides to
Shoot him with
bombard
more.
himself with more gamma radiation. But that causes the Hulk to separate out of Bruce Banner and creates a monster known as the Apex.
Uh, should I
So
just
yeah.
talk about like in the Incredible Hulk, because at the very least we know this is after Avengers,
Uh-huh.
before like Winter Soldier, not Winter Soldier, what's it called, the Age of Ultron.
I
So like
assume so.
yeah, so in after Phase 1, Hulk is like Hulk and Bruce like it's like Bruce doesn't want to get rid of Hulk. He already accept that Hulk is part of him, and he's able to just like use him whenever he wants. So I was like,
Yeah.
so the fact he needs to go to therapy and he was like, I want to get rid of the Hulk, or just like, okay, that just screams like you did not watch the Incredible Hulk and Avengers.
But I feel
What
like
else?
there's too many differences prior to that like I just don't see this as like it's trying to be like I like this episode in particular is like where I was like, okay, they're not even trying to be canon. They're trying to do its own thing.
It's weird because what the
Because like I say like the episode that actually tries to be canon or tries to do something is the Red Guardian and Winter Soldier episode, which
yeah,
we'll get to that one as well. But I thought this one was like it tried as hard like not to be like, okay, this is not canon. Or
but
it's not trying to be a what if of what you've seen before. That's my only thing. I don't have proof on that except for a few references, but
yeah,
yeah.
I have no idea because the Watchers is like, hey, by the way, the changes like Sam and what's it called, Bruce are like really close. That's
That
the
because
change.
that's the biggest change in general. So it's like I can't even accept like, okay, are you saying it's after Avengers or not? Because it's like Sam and Bruce have never been together. So it's like that's already completely different without even introducing that Hulk hates Bruce Banner wants to get rid of the Hulk. That's what I mean.
But here's the thing: because if it takes place like before Incredible Hulk, he's like a wanted person. So it was like, okay, you shouldn't even be public.
No, this is definitely after Avengers because like you have the Winter Soldier references
So yeah,
as
it's
well.
if because I'm trying to say it doesn't fit anyway if you try to think about it.
Yeah.
But they are also wanting you to because but here's the thing: they're absolutely being fake about when does it take place, so you don't even think about when does it take place. So you just didn't think about like does it make any sense or not. So when I try to break this down, you just feel like, oh, this has to be somewhere after Avengers, but Hulk would be really out of character, and then you factor like stuff later. I was like, okay, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, okay, how did Bucky get off mind control if Cap died?
See, that's exactly why I said I don't think this is trying to be a thing because like there are other episodes that try to do that, and then this one didn't really do that. I would like 1872 for example. Like that's not even trying to be canon to anything. It's clearly an
Yeah,
alternate universe. So that's why I just thought the same thing for this episode as well.
but here's the thing: in that
I still don't
episode,
like the episode, but there's different reasonings. But yeah,
but here's the thing: in the 1872 episode, the Watcher said, in in this universe, which is at the far end of the fucking like multiverse, so it's so far reach of the sacred timeline. So it's basically just an alternate universe. But this one, the Watcher did not the only thing the Watcher said is like, okay, by the way, this is the change. So this is one change from a sacred timeline. It's not so it is still one change. They're just being fake about what kind of change happened and when does it take place.
well,
Because
it's in the Wild West in 1872, right?
that episode is fine, but in the Hulk versus Mac Avengers one, okay, they from how the Watcher described it, it has to be taking place during the sacred timeline, but with one change.
I see.
Yeah, so they split. I mean, if you don't believe me, that's what the Watcher said. Okay, I can pull out the
Yeah, yeah,
script.
yeah. No, I understand that. I'm just saying like Bruce and Sam being like best friends in general is like already the biggest change. That doesn't have anything to do with the Hulk or Bruce Banner hating each other. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like
Yeah.
that's already such a big change. Like you have to accept, oh, these guys are buddies, which is going to be really funny because in Captain America 4 we don't have Hulk, but he's fighting all of his Hulk villains. So that'll be fun
Yeah.
to review next month.
Oh right, that will happen. So should we just break down more stuff
Yeah,
because
yeah, go
Bruce
ahead.
is absolutely character assassinated,
Yeah.
and then he just becomes Jake Skywalker. Like when I first saw this episode, I was like, man, someone must be a really big fan of the Last Jedi. Like I'm serious. He just like, hey, because like Jake Banner was like, okay, I want to get rid of. I've done something evil in my past. I saw off character that's insane, and then I just exile myself. And then at the end, I just came back to kill myself to save the world. I
I
was
feel like you wouldn't like Bruce Banner because that's kind of his character. That's kind of his character. Wanting to
okay.
commit suicide, or he can't get rid of the Hulk, or that kind of thing.
No, that's basically what happened in the Incredible Hulk. But in the Incredible Hulk, that makes sense. This doesn't make any sense. I'm fine with how he's portrayed in the Incredible Hulk. But what this happened is basically just regressing his character. It's like imagine like okay, say that one of your character in the comics is like
Well, yeah, I mean Bruce Banner's always suicidal, but that's a little different.
I mean yeah,
Because
but
ultimately he is a Hulk. At the end of the day, he's never gonna get rid of it.
no.
I mean, the only difference here is like, which is what I'm not a fan of with the MCU version of the Hulk, is because like they made him like they've Disneyfied him in the sense of like he's like cool with it now and like he's happy with it and all this stuff, and it's like that's fine, I guess. It's just that's not really interesting to me as for Hulk as a character, but that's going into comics versus the MCU adaptation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying because if this is like Incredible Hulk and if they just change, there's a change in the Incredible Hulk, I'll be like, okay, fine. But no, this is after Avengers. That's not how that works. And he's not even suicidal. He wants to get rid of the Hulk by shooting more gamma radiations. How does that work? Like, okay, if you shoot yourself with more gamma radiation, wouldn't that make the at the very least make the Hulk more powerful or something? Like in your own logic.
Yeah, that's also how it works in comics as well. It's like more radiation makes it more powerful but more dangerous. So yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. But yeah, basically it splits off, makes a new monster which is called the Apex. It's a kaiju that is able to create its own army of gamma monsters. So basically the Avengers, it goes back to that animation style again because they don't want to use the Avengers because they can't afford them. Which is funny because like there's a lot of excuses of like, oh, why can't we use the Avenger characters and stuff like that. So yeah, so Iron Man decided like, you know, I have a Hulkbuster. That's not gonna work. We need Mecha Hulkbusters. So yeah, basically every member, all 6 Avengers, are in giant mech suits. And they fight the monsters, but the monsters overpower them, and they all die. So yeah,
I want to see that actually. I'm so confused because they were like, okay, we make giant Maxus and then we all die. I was like, wait, shouldn't if you concept that episode, shouldn't you just have to take place during that period when they are like fighting the monsters?
see, but we need to focus on the new Avengers.
What the okay, that was so dumb. That's just Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah. So my thing about that scene in particular is like, you know, I really don't. I don't understand why Thor in a mech suit is better than him not in a mech suit. That's what I don't understand. It's like he's a fucking god. What does a mech suit do for him specifically? I mean, do I think he could lose to the Hulk? Like multiple versions of the Hulk, or like, you know, monsters versions that are similar in power for the Hulk can get overwhelmed. maybe, but I just don't think him being in a mech suit is very practical. Or like, why don't we go back to Steve Rogers? It's like, do you know how much of an adjustment period is to be in the world, let alone control a mechanized suit? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It's just like I feel like some of this was like kind of silly.
Yeah, and this is how the watcher described it as well. But like, so they all fought and fell, but in their sacrifice, inspired the surviving heroes to finish the fight. So after like 6 Avengers died, losing the battle, 3 other Avengers win the battle. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
they're it's not like they have like their own superpower like individuals. No, they're also in mech suits too. They just fought better.
oh, I guess original Avengers suck at it.
Yeah, it's like, to be fair, it's like I can imagine sucking at it because like just because I'm like a really good fighter, like Captain America's a great fighter hand to hand. Does that mean he can control a mech suit and be good at it hand to hand? No, it doesn't. That's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
a stupid premise.
yeah. They clearly just want to do Pacific Rim.
Yeah, and Godzilla.
And what is Shield doing the entire time? Where the fuck is Captain Marvel?
So technically, Shield is operating because we do see the helicarrier like taking civilians away. But that's the extent. No Captain Marvel though.
What the fuck is that shit?
But we do have Captain Marvel, just the other one. We'll get to that. But the
Yeah.
surviving heroes are Sam Wilson, Monica Rambeau, Bucky Barnes, Mark Spector, the Moon Knight, Alexei Shostakovich, Melina Vostokov for some fucking reason, Zhu Shangqi, and Nakia. So, yeah, those are new Avengers. So first off, I kept thinking the entire time when Monica was in the suit is that you are fucking useless in that suit. Get out there because you have intangibility. You have not electricity, but like you have phasing powers. You have some kind of like plasma powers as well. It's like that's way more effective than you fighting in a suit. I really I don't know what to tell you.
I actually think that that's because okay, this is being fake. Wanda is not present in the show, so they're like actually Wanda and Pietro are still in prison. I guess. I mean, they also ignore the Thanos coming on Earth. Like,
But the
remember
thing
that?
is, like, none of this can happen because like Monica Rambeau is here. Monica was like, she was a kid in the '90s, so she would be like about like 20, like she'd be like 21 at this point. But like, because it's like a alternate universe, it's like I don't know what to expect now.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then there's like, okay, where's Thanos? They just casually not mention him.
I mean, Thanos is not gonna help.
I mean, Thanos is supposed to invade now because remember, there's a 10 years time jump according to the episode.
Yeah, but like during this time, they build better mech suits, like better. Yeah, like their suits are better than the original Avengers, better than what Tony Stark created. Okay, I guess. I mean, lucky that you were able to. All these episodes are so weird too. It's like oh we made the resistance group to fight against this threat. And it's like it's in like 4 of these episodes, and it's like
Yeah,
I'm spitballing. I don't know. Sure. Like it happened more than once. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I mean, and then the other thing is, where the fuck is Doctor Strange?
He's probably dead.
Fuck you. Well, okay, where are the other wizards in the entire planet?
What wizards? I know sorcerers.
Oh right, sorcerers. They're probably. I think everyone is in the other dimension dealing with shit. I guess that's how it works.
On the bargain.
Yeah.
So yeah. So why do they like Melina?
No, because let's be real. I honestly don't believe. I don't honestly believe that Kevin Feige was like, I need you to put Phase 4 characters in here. Like season 3 is just basically just Phase 4 characters.
Yeah. Oh, and some characters that don't exist in Phase 4 or 5, but put them in anyway. we'll get to that later.
Yeah. So that's a
But
thing.
yeah, Melina's a terrorist. I don't know why she's here. Alexei is just a funny joke man. I
Uh,
mean, they both are, to be fair.
I have no idea because like Black Widow died, she can't free you guys. Fucking.
I I guess I'll kind of say it, but I thought Shang-Chi is a little bit better in these episodes than he was in his movie.
I guess. To be
That's not
fair,
really, that's not a high bar, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, Shang-Chi is like a really terrible character in his own movie, so it's yeah, I
yeah. So
guess.
it's like that's why I felt like he was a little bit more interesting here. That if Simu had like a better opportunity, I think he could do well.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so they've been it says here like they've been repelling against the monsters for the next 10 years. Uh, and the planet hasn't been destroyed yet, naturally.
uh,
Uh, so the apex reemerges, and
but because well, my first question is, what the fuck do you think you win if the ape if you know the source of the power is still alive? Uh, because they're literally just copying Pacific Rim, but like in Pacific Rim, there's no source of the power, just a lot of random monsters.
hmm,
Yeah. Uh,
yeah, but like we got our references here, so it's okay. Um,
yeah, sure.
so they have like a plan. They go out into the Arctic. They see that there's like a level of spike radiation coming there, and then it's like, wait, this is not good. It's like it's really bad. It's that scene from Godzilla,
Oh,
um, the where they do the Geiger metric thing, and then the thing just comes right out at that time. So yeah, they see that the apex is controlling the mini monsters, which this surprises them. It's like, did you not know that
I,
for the last 10 years?
how do you not know that? That's yeah.
And yeah, so they start heading into the ocean. I mean, they try to fight with their robot mechs, and they were doing okay for a little bit. But then the apex is like overwhelming them, and then they're decommissioned. While they're trying to fix their robots, Monica saying is like, "Oh, I had Bucky go behind your back and talk, find where Bruce Banner, who is off the grid, off the charts, and he wants like you should go talk to him." And Sam doesn't really want to talk to him because he felt like all of this was his fault, even though Sam didn't do anything. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand self guilt of something like that, but like, I still think it's a little silly.
yeah, no, because I was like, oh, so you doomed the entire planet, and you were like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but like Sam didn't do that. It's like I guess he doesn't want to confront Bruce, but like I don't you
Oh
feel like you should confront Bruce because Bruce is the one who doesn't want to see you? That's would make more sense to me. But like no, but Sam is like distance for some reason.
no, because I think not just Sam, just the Shield agents will be willing to just find him already. I think Nick Fury will be able to. We should be finding him. Or like
That is if he's
Maria.
alive or not, which we
Or,
don't know.
yeah, Phil Coulson, Maria. Okay, Phil. Okay, Agents of Shield is not canon, so Maria Hill.
But
Anyone
then
in Shield? Yeah, no one decided to find him.
but Bucky did. So he goes over. He goes over to a remote island. Banner was like living there for a while, taking shelter in like one of those nuke planes. It has a nuke, but that hasn't been used for a long time. It'll be important for later. Um, and they have a conversation. It's a fine conversation, I would say, or
It
at least
just
I. It's just
yeah.
like I didn't feel like it was earned.
No, it just yeah. It's a lot of just I just keep calling the Last Jedi. Jake Ban. That's basically it.
It's mostly because like you have to like really believe that these guys are like the best of friends.
No,
That
yeah,
that was one of the reasons at least.
No, yeah, I mean they only have like a few scenes, like not even scenes, just like brief, like small glimpses of their friendship. It was like a lot of them are just verbal. It's like, well, we are friends, we help each other. And then there's like, hey, by the way, I need you back. Why? Because I need you to save the world. Save the world. I was like, oh shit, yeah, the world is in danger. Genius. And by the way, I'm gonna hand you the 5 stats. I want to use it to kill myself. I Do you know that what this thing does? Like according to the later scenes, that Bruce wanted to use to kill himself.
Right, he gives him a flash drive saying that I've developed this thing capable of stopping me if I ever went too far as the Hulk, to end myself and that kind of stuff. Which so I will say I can understand that being a thing. Bruce Banner has those kinds of thought processes at time, and like he doesn't, depression, suicide, bipolar disorder, and all that stuff. So it's like I understand where that is coming from. The thing is, what he has on the flash drive is called the Mighty Avenger Protocol, which
No,
is basically taking all of the mechs and combining them together to make a Voltron. And it's like, wait,
Mighty.
so
It's a Mighty Morphin Power Grid.
yes, and yeah. So my question is, Bruce, did you always intend to be killed by Hulkbusters, multiple Hulkbusters combined into one? Is that something you planned? Not to mention, these guys have been around for like this has been around for 10 years. So it's like you don't think the robots got updated or like they're different types of robots or like they might not accept your programming because you were maybe doing something from Stark Tech, but like, you don't know what the current tech is now. It's like I don't know. It's like that's a lot of assumptions, but it does work though. It works perfectly actually. There's no hitches. All the powers work. The Voltron is the Voltron. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess he can't just like this genius can't just like, oh shit, I can just buy sleeping pills and just kill myself with it. No, his first strategy is, wow, I want to shoot more radiation to kill myself. His second plan is, I want you to use the Power
Well,
Ranger suit to kill myself.
to be fair, the radiation wasn't to kill himself. It was to get the Hulk to dispel the Hulk, which I still don't understand why he thought that would. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
was
but like obviously, again, a lot of this felt like Sam propaganda to make you like him as Captain America
at
and all
this
this
point.
stuff. So it's like it's like why do you believe in me? It's like because I do, kind of a thing. And then
Yeah,
he
I
flies
mean,
off.
trust me, this premise makes more sense if the premise is, what if Bruce tripped and fell into one of his experiments? That will make more sense. Being he's like doing he's doing some gamma suit for Iron Man, and he actually fall down and activate the device,
Maybe
and it
he fights
caused.
the Incredible Bulk.
Yeah, I
Remember that
mean,
from season 2?
yeah, yeah, I remember that. That would actually make more sense if he accidentally trip and accidentally activate a machine and it causes more monsters. That would actually make more sense than this episode's premise. Jesus.
Yes. So you know, Sam goes back to the guys. Uh, like first off, like just out of like just for the sake of commentary, it's like these other superheroes, like it really doesn't fucking matter, because they're basically just glorified NPCs in the sense of like you got Sam Wilson, you got Monica Rambeau, you got Bucky Barnes, you got Mark Spector, the Moon Knight, you got Alexei Shostakov, you have Melina, you got Shang-Chi, you got Nakia, you got some super powered beings, but like you don't get to know that because like they don't use their superpowers. They're
No,
just they're just people in suits. It's like I could be in that suit. That doesn't mean
yeah.
anything.
I mean, why don't Moon Knight just like, hey, Khonshu, why don't you just grow like Godzilla size and fight those monsters for us? Actually, that would be a perfect reason for if they want Godzilla versus Kong. All right, yeah, that's a thing in Moon Knight finale. I remember that.
Yeah, and that was like such a misconception because in the Lemire run or in one of those runs, it's like that fight is happening, but it's happening in the background. Like it's like nobody can see it. It's just like it's meant to be a figment of imagination for Mark versus the Sun King when they were fighting, and like Moon Knight, Conch was fighting Raw, and it's like that's just kind of like the two fights are happening, but they're not fighting for real. It's just like it's just representative of what Mark and Sun King are doing. So it's like it's taking a shot from the comic, but you don't understand the context of it. So it's like when you do it, it doesn't make any sense in the MCU.
And now you should absolutely do it because you got a giant kaiju on your side. Use him.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
the Conscious, the Australian guy. Yeah.
But by the way, you see the really shitty Voltron fight scenes. I was like, just a lot of it just cut to people talking inside the suit. I was like, dude, if you want to commit to that, at least show some action.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like you spent all this effort to put a Voltron, but you spent so much time like of seeing the guys in the suit, like you do this, you do this. Yeah, we're doing well, good. Can I see that? Nobody wants to see this fucking thing. It's like if you're gonna use animation for this kind of bullshit, at least use the animation, man.
Yeah.
Which I'll give the last episode that is like at least they showed the action a little bit more, even though the action is stupid.
Yeah. Hey, this same as this action. So they just shoot. Do you know how they shoot things? They just spin around and shoot things. I was like, dude, you can easily shoot the civilians in the building.
Yes, yeah. It's the GI robot isms that I talked about last week. But it's fun though. Oh, but like you see, the robots do have powers. It's like because like Shang-Chi like uses like rings, the 10 rings to connect his arm to like the robot, but that's it. That's all he uses the 10 rings for. Oh, and Moon Knight has like a giant moon-shaped scythe. That's it though.
Oh yeah. That's basically it.
Monica Rambeau can turn invisible and phase through things, but like that power can't be used because it's a fucking robot. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no because like I don't even know because like
No, I'm also saying like too. It's like Mockingbird could be in this suit. Nothing like what these characters do is any like different. Like you could put Kate Bishop in a suit. You could put hell. You could put Ned Leeds in a suit.
I'm
like, there's nothing special about these guys.
I mean, to be honest, if they say that these suits are piloted by Shield agents, that would actually make more sense.
Yeah,
that's the bar we are in now.
Yeah, but we got to have our third act overwhelming scene. So the monsters. There's too many of them, and then the apex comes in. All hope seems lost, but then on your left, Bruce Banner's flying above. He was inspired by Sam's words, and
wow, that was easy.
He's saying like how he's never felt more free. And all that stuff. And what he does is he drops the bomb that was set up earlier.
And he nuked the city.
He nukes New York. And
what the fuck? I was like, okay, good job, shit. How you saved the city.
This much. Yeah. So the Apex is like curious because like he's released a lot of radiation over there, but then out comes Mega Hulk, who's just Hulk looks exactly like a Godzilla.
By the way, I do not hate season 3 of What If. I think this season is comedy gold.
Yeah, and they fight, and then the other people, like the the NPCs, they look over and they see that the other monsters are curious about the fight because they're wondering who's going to be the dominant. That way they'll find the new leader essentially.
Yeah.
So there's a there's a point where the Apex beats Mega Hulk, but Sam was like, "No, dude, remember our friendship." And oh yeah, and then that gives like the motivation for Mega Hulk to beat the shit out of Apex, and that's that.
That was easy. So every time it's like it's basically how you deal with versus trauma. Oh shit. I'm so sad. I caused myself to exile for 10 years. Yeah, one conversation, I'm good. Bye. Oh no, I'm losing a fight. One conversation, good. I'm stronger now. Man.
No. You got to say no, you. Oh right, no, you.
No,
Hit him.
yeah.
This is funny because it happens a few times in the season.
Yeah, a lot. That's basically the format I realized this season. Just say shit and then just say you can do it, and he just you can tell
my
you
God,
just do it.
that Riri one was so fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, so Hulk beats the Apex, he kills it, and he's ready to take the army into New York, but then Sam was like, "No, remember our friendship," and then Hulk like bends all the way down to get to eye level at Sam, and Sam is saying like, Sam is reminding that conversation, remember in the first act when I said, I don't see a monster, I see a friend. That's still true right now. And that basically gets the Hulk to turn out and walk into the ocean, and all the other monsters follow with him. And yeah, so now Hulk and the Gamma monsters are on an island where he's the leader, and that's basically it. Um, the character's like, "Sorry, you lost your friend, but I didn't lose him. He's still there." That kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of episode 1.
Yeah, I'm so happy this
This episode is the better in this season. It's not at the top. I'll just say it's.
No, I don't even know what to say about this season. This episode was like, I was just laughing hysterically of how of their own logics.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to kill myself. But can you kill me with a Voltron suit, please? Genius. And of course, I forgot to mention the fact that it was like, oh shit, do you know what would happen if the first time I shoot more radiation to myself, it created another monster. Well, what if I put a fucking nuke radiation in myself? It will make myself bigger. Wow, genius. Also, by the way, I just have a nuke lying around.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this episode was just propaganda for propping up Sam as Captain America. That's really all I took as this episode.
Yeah, I mean,
featuring Hulk and the Godzilla and the
Power Rangers, Pacific Rim.
But yeah, it's like for this episode, I wasn't too mad, but what really got me mad was the next episode. What if Agatha went to Hollywood? We got some guests in this one.
Wow, I can't believe I had to watch fucking Agent Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, out of everything you didn't expect, you got fucking Agent Carter characters here. Yet you can't acknowledge Agents of Shield. That's interesting.
Yeah, and the fact that I have to tell people, it's like, what? How the fuck does that make sense for Howard to be a director? I was like, actually in Agent Carter season 2, and he was like, what? Okay, I haven't even watched the show yet, but fuck it,
Yeah, he was a director, or he went into filmography shit in the second season.
Yeah, that's
I didn't expect them to be consistent with that. So
yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's
out
a
of all
lot
the
of
things to be consistent with.
it's Howard's the director, and to be fair, he acts somewhat like the character in season 2, somewhat. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think Edward's in character though.
No, no, no. So basically, the premise here is that Agatha. So when she got her power, she liked it, but then she learned through her magic that there is a strong power in this world on this planet, but it's not on the surface of the planet. It is in the Earth's core, which is the celestial Tiamat. From Eternals. And what's really funny to me about this particular season and this particular episode in particular, and then episode 5, is that I don't know why we're using Eternals lore and we're not using the Eternals for a lot of it.
Yeah,
It's just a set piece for like another character they want to focus on, another Phase 4 character they want to focus on.
yeah. The other
Um,
explanation is, well, people don't remember Eternal, so we just play up. So we just lied about it. Hopefully, no one will
but
notice.
you see, they'll put Kingo because Kingo is the easiest Eternal to make references to. It's like, oh wait, they remember the Eternals. See, there's a Kingo poster. Yes, Kingo has a poster, and it's easy to do that because Bollywood exists on our planet. So you can easily put a Bollywood poster somewhere and say, oh look, they remembered Eternals. That's not anything. If they can like recognize like Thena or Gilgamesh or Sprite or something. It's like at least that's a little bit more effort. But I don't know. It's such a
I mean,
stupid thing.
yeah. I mean, they verbally mentioned them in this episode.
Yes. What's funny about that? We'll get to that. So Agatha is like excited. She wants to get the power of the Celestial, but the thing is, like, she can't get the power of the Celestial just like that, despite being such a powerful witch on her own. So, in order to steal that power, she realizes that she needs to steal the powers of the Eternals that are supposed to unlock Tiamat. So
So, uh,
basically, like stealing the powers of all 6 Eternals.
yeah. So, by the way, have you seen what's it called? Agatha show? Finish the Agatha show?
I just didn't care.
Yeah, I
I,
finished.
I I do understand like her power is just like it's literally just absorb the suck. Like whatever power you give to me, I steal it and I can use it against you. Which that's
So,
not her powers in the comics, but whatever. Who cares?
yeah, that's the problem. And then do you remember that Agatha was like, oh, so in like WandaVision, she's like really close to the Infinity Stones, and apparently she can just suck cosmic powers. I was like, okay, so can you just suck the Infinity Stones power in WandaVision?
Okay, so you'd have to realize the Celestial is stronger than that.
Fuck. All
So,
right.
so that means yes, and not one Celestial, 2 Celestials. But we'll get to that. So yeah, so she's saying like but you see, I also want to be a movie star, but like there's also a motivation as to why she wants to be in a movie star. Because like during the golden age of Hollywood and stuff like that, being a star, being directed by Howard Stark. Um, Agatha is like doing a production of The Eternals, which is like okay, so which is that was my first question. It's like so in this universe, did the Eternals reveal themselves in the
Mhm.
1900s and like they know the Eternals like enough to make like oh we're doing a movie about the Eternals. Here are all the Celestials. Like they know that.
No, and here's the other thing. If you're, how do you even, why do you even need to do that? And do you know that how hard is it to get into Hollywood industry? No, not just an actress. You are also the one who's pitched the idea.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, basically Howard made the script based on what Agatha was suggesting. It's basically her script and story and all this stuff.
And no offense, when does this take place? In 1950s? I was like, wait, how the fuck are you allowed to write the screenplay or pitch
It
ideas?
has to take place after season 2 of Agent Carter, which is now have to be factored in
Yeah,
into
it's
the
like not.
timeline.
Yeah, that's what I think because Jarvis is now working for Howard. That's the only way it makes sense if it's after season 2. I was like, okay, so should that take place in the 60s,
Yeah,
50s?
but here's the other thing too. It's like Kingo is here because like, oh, the idea is like, oh, and there's this wonderful meta joke. It's like, hey, if you rewrite the script, it's like you're gonna have to reduce the budget. I don't care how much I reshoot the script, we're gonna get it right. So you just want to have like less dialogue, more action, bad effects, and all that stuff. It's like, wow. See, Marvel knows what they're being criticized for. That's great. No, it's not.
No. So no, do you know when I first finished this episode, I literally titled it, "What if the showrunner and the actors suck their own dick so hard they save the universe?" So,
Bro,
should we just talk about the plot? They just
yeah.
like.
So Agatha's saying so basically like they're having this issue, but Agatha's spinning it in a way of saying like, I feel like we need another star for this film. I feel like I just can't carry all the load myself. I think we need a person. So Howard is like the dick sucker, so he's like, yeah, of course, anything you say. And she's like, okay, there's only one person for this job, and that's Kingo.
Yeah,
Which
but
name
1950s
yourself
anyone?
name yourself Kingo.
Yeah. Why would I don't think you named yourself Kingo in the show, in the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a pseudonym, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But like you got Kingo. So he's here, Hollywood man, and all that stuff. He agreed to be in the film, but you see, he's there because he's also interested in Agatha in particular, and they do like a bit of so they have to do the Bollywood dance. They just have to remind you that the guy's brown. He's not even Indian. He's Pakistani. But yeah, they remind you that. And then the ladies do a dance stuff too on Agatha's side. Then in the middle of the dance floor, the two of them are talking. They're basically revealing a lot of things that happened prior to the episode, and this is what really pissed me off. It's like, you killed my friends. You killed 5 Eternals. What? It's like, yeah, no, I didn't kill them. I just like stole their power. They're okay. It's like, I'm just gonna take your power too, so I can take over the stuff from Tiamat. It's like,
This guy should be shit pissed at Agatha.
no, but he's very cool.
Oh Jesus! I hate this. I hate this show. I hate this show.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So they have a little bit of fight, and they do the action scenes together and the dance stuff together, which Howard is like filming all of it. But that doesn't matter. So again, like I guess they already know the Eternals to the point where they're making a film about the Eternals with Kingo or without Kingo. Kingo's in his like super suit too, so it's like, yeah, I guess he's a public knowledge of Eternals in the 60s. So
Yeah.
again, one change is not one change; it's a lot of changes.
And they're just fighting in the open. And by the way, even though they're shooting ammo, shooting lasers, and no one got shot, no dancers got shot. Fucking hell.
You have finger guns. That's funny. That's silly. That's a silly power. You have the power that can suck powers from other people, but it's just a big laser. Yours is not very creative either, to be fair.
No, I seen the Agatha show. So do you know how does she fight death?
Right. Death is a character, not like.
No,
just
not like
for the context of people who don't know.
Oh yeah, Aubrey Plaza, it's death. So in the finale, okay, not finale, the episode before finale, she fights death by shooting lasers, and she lost in like 1 minute after regaining powers. No, I was not being hyperbolic. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Aubrey Plaza just killed her in like 1 minute.
Yeah, and it's also not the finale, it's the episode before the finale.
Oh my, yeah. So by the way, episode 9 is basically just one big flashback of Agatha. Then we go for a shitty past story, and it turns out she has a cat. By the way, that was not mentioned.
Nicholas Scratch, yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh,
she, hmm,
mhm.
yeah, and I mean, I know, to be honest, I don't even know the motivation of Agatha. It's like she just wanted to suck powers because
She just wants to be the most powerful being in the universe,
yeah,
which is like,
okay.
okay, all
Uh,
right.
I mean, if that's the case, because you can apparently suck cosmic powers, I'll feel like you can just do it a lot sooner than just magics.
No, but you see, she wants like the power of all the Eternals, so she can get the power of the Celestial.
Uh, that's-
Which, again, we'll get to that in a second. But like, yeah. So after this whole like fight slash dance scene is like, everybody's so happy, so let's go out to celebrate in my mansion. We'll go out and see you later. Agatha and Kingo have a conversation, all that stuff, and then she's also saying that, I'm just stealing your power because like I want to like because I need to protect this world from something. But like I'll once you give it to me and I do the thing to save the world, then I can give all your friends your powers back. And it's like, oh, and Kingo like believes that.
uh,
And
oh, it's a,
once Kingo agrees to that, because Kingo also explains that like because he's the only Eternal left, he's the only one that Arishem could like turn to you know for judgment or that kind of thing. But because Kingo agreed to her terms, Arishem heard that, told them to like, all right, I'm coming to destroy the planet for your betrayal, basically. And then he does his teleport, but he doesn't teleport right away because it's going through time and space. So I guess it'll take a little bit of a time. So yeah.
yeah. By the way, what's it called? Kingo just believed everything Agatha said. By the way, even though it's like I kill all your, even though she just said I kill all your family.
Would I lie? Looks around suspiciously.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone forgot about Eternals, which I don't blame you, Eternals is a really bad movie that I don't blame anyone who forgot. Kingo's entire deal is family. Yeah, he's basically the Fast and Furious meme. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn my back on family."
Yeah, well, technically he didn't in the sense that like because like his friends aren't dead. It's just like they're alive. They just don't have their powers anymore. Uh, which is like first off, it's like you got all this power and all you use is Thanos' power. I guess it's because of the fancy sword, but like you also have super speed. I guess you don't
Yeah.
want to use that. Uh, for mockery, but oh, she did use. She did. To be fair, she did use Icarus's power. So the heat vision.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So
that's it. So yeah, you know what?
um, Agatha and Kingo are kind of scared because Arasham is coming, but
Was it
this is also weird because like Agatha's like talking in like but in the movies like this is how it happens like the third act and like the downfall of the second act kind of a thing. It's like she's talking like that kind of person. So it's like it's hard to know like what is she saying, like if it's like serious or if it's like if everything is like cap. I have a hard time like understanding what she's trying to say.
no?
But then she ends up going back to the Howard Stark party because like she wants to film this great event against Arishem and also what with like Tiamat or something like that. Um,
Yes.
which Howard is also like, yeah, I know you guys. I know you're Agatha the witch, and Kingo the Eternal.
Because
It's like, I know you're a robot.
yeah,
Nice.
which is like, okay, how do you know? I mean, okay, sorry. I know that because everyone's a fucking moron, and apparently he's the only one who has eyes. But like, how do you know he's like a robot? Except just a person with powers, and how do you know that person is a witch?
Okay, so technically he says that he's a robot. Oh, right. Howard says I know, but then Jarvis is like, how? Wait, what? How? It's like, don't know.
By the way, Jarvis also seen like supernatural shit in season 2 of Agent Carter, so he should be able to tell.
Well, I don't know about you if you could tell if the Eternals are robot. They don't do a very good job of acting like robots, which is kind of fair, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go to the planetary and they are getting ready to shoot this scene, is what they keep doing it, but it's basically like Kingo's like tied up like in a sacrificial way. And I remember the thing that like Agatha does is like she shows like you're a star, right? Like to Kingo.
Yeah,
And
by
like
the way,
it's like why do you not care? It's like because you can't get rid of the ego because you want to be in the movies. So again, it's sucking the movie's dick.
no, and then Howard's like, well, why do you even like allow us to just blow up the sets? Because special effects takes a lot of money. I was like, okay, if that takes a lot of money, why do you even reshoot the entire third act 6 times? That would cost more money.
They obviously tied up Kingo and found he couldn't laugh, cry, or feel love. Everyone knows robots can't do those things.
Yeah.
They should have made a Jarvis joke, like a Vision joke.
No, yeah.
You couldn't even give us that. And you brought back James D'Arcy, by the way, and Dominic Cooper. That's what I was most surprised by.
Oh yeah. To be fair, Dominic Cooper has been voicing him for season 1 and season 2.
Hey, but like mostly James is what I'm surprised with.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's good to see them again. I just wish they are not in this episode.
Yeah, it's like out of all the things for Agent Carter, like this is what you do with it.
Oh, hey, can you fucking tell me what happened at the cliffhanger of season 2 of Agent Carter?
I don't even remember. I mean, they were fighting like the Dark Dimensions shit.
Oh yes, that's it. And the cliffhanger of Agent Carter season 2 is like one of the main characters died, and apparently, Peggy's brother is alive. They never addressed that.
Right. Yeah. But Howard is a funny man. So yeah, so basically she uses this opportunity and she steals Kingo's power, which like supercharges her because now she has the power of 6 Eternals in her system. And then what she does is she uses all that energy and channels into the earth, and then like you see this magic blast going through every layer of the earth and going through the crust, the different cores, and it goes all the way to the core right to Tiamat. And she is absorbing all of Tiamat's power, and now she absorbed it all to the point where she is now the cosmic queen. And by that I literally mean she is giant, purple, filled, like covered with stars, kind of like if you look at a picture of like Captain Universe or Beyonder or something like that. Yeah, she has like an insane level of power. She has the power of Eternals and her witchcraft and her celestial powers into one person.
By the way, she can easily do that if you just paint without going to Hollywood. She just paints her own room, and she will also have the same effects.
Yeah, but you see, she has an ego, so that's why she wants to be in Hollywood. That's great. That's great.
Great writing, guys. Don't worry. I've seen Agatha, and I still do not believe that she would do anything like that.
See, this is the other problem too. Is like Agatha's already written like an OC because of making her young and all that stuff. But then it's like you go from WandaVision, then you go to Agatha. It's like, who the fuck is this character? Like, how much she went out of her way to like, got to the point where like people are calling Wanda the villain of WandaVision, which is completely fair, completely fair. But then you go to Agatha, and it's like, yeah, she's a villain too. She's bad. So
Yeah. By the way, do you know that I think Agatha contradicted WandaVision's Agatha, because Agatha in WandaVision actually said, actually, what you're doing it's bad, Wanda. Okay, she didn't exactly say that, but she did say something like this, something similar. I was like, okay, so whoever wrote WandaVision whoever wrote Agatha did not watch WandaVision. I was like, and then
it's the same person. That's the funny part.
Fuck. Okay, yeah. To be fair, I do not expect her to remember her own stories.
Yeah, it's like, because like Agatha is not a villain in the comics, so I don't even know why they wanted her to be the villain to begin with.
Yeah, she's just an evil
at
bitch.
most, like she has done some dubious things, being a witch and all, but like she's still relatively a good person. Like, but here, like I don't know, they just really wanted to make her the villain for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because in WandaVision, I don't even know what her character is, because because it's clear that even though she's like a bad person, she killed her mom, but at the same time, you can just call that self-defense because she's sucking her powers. Oh, so sad. But yeah, I mean, and then you got dialogues of her just saying, it's like, dude, you are a fucking you are the ninja who kidnapped all the person, Wanda. At the end, it was like, dude, what you're doing is bad. And I was like, yeah, okay, the show is clearly confused. Is she a villain or not? Is she a bad person or not? And then you just like Agatha was like, oh, she's absolutely a bad person. She just want to kill the world.
Yeah,
she just want to suck powers. And by the way, her motivation is so shit. It's like because her kid died, so she wanted to suck powers. I guess, even though she likes to suck powers already. It means
and it's
nothing.
like Nicholas Scratch isn't dead in the comics either.
No, yeah.
That's a different conversation. Yeah. So let's go back to the Eternals plot without the Eternals. Agatha is now a Celestial, and then Arishem comes in.
And
So now you have your Celestial versus Celestial battle. And Arishem.
By the way, they just battle by boxing.
Yes. These two magic beings are boxing each other. That's very creative. And then, but like, Agatha does fire a few blasts, and there's a bit of a comedy thing because like she's shooting a laser and it's like he's dodging it super easily. It's like, wow, you're human. You're really shit. Your ego's too high and you'll never be. You can't handle this type of powers. Like I missed on purpose because then you see that across the galaxy, she like she put like 5. So it's how Wanda beat. It's how Wanda beat Agatha with the runes and that kind of stuff. Like you missed. It's like, did I? And it makes like a purple star. And then that somehow is able to hold Arishem the Celestial like in a bind, so like powerful enough that like Agatha can like absorb his power too.
Oh no, it's not like that person can teleport. Oh right, she can teleport. I forgot.
They both can teleport. Yeah. So Arishem gets his power taken and he's gone. And Agatha now has the powers of 2 Celestials.
Yay! Amazing.
But then you see, now she wants to destroy the world.
What? That was never her motivation, by the way.
And then Kingo's like, why? It's like, I've always wanted power and I got it all. What's the point of it all? And then this is like where they suck Hollywood's dick again, because like Kingo's way of convincing her to like, is like even if you have all that power, it's like you still have one thing that you enjoy here as a human. It's like, what's that? The movies. Oh yeah, I love the movies. So
I'm good. I'm a good person now.
I'm a good person now. And it's like they say like in the dialogue, so they go on a red carpet. There's a movie for the Cosmic Queen, all that stuff, and they were saying like how, oh, Agatha did give the powers back to all of the Eternal Friends that we don't see at all in this entire episode because why would we? Um, and then Kingo's like, I'm still kind of worried because when you defeat Arishem, it's kind of a big deal. You're gonna get the Celestials' attention, but it's like we'll figure that out in the sequel. That's not
Haha.
gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen. And I,
And
I'm
then
glad it's not gonna happen.
like the Watcher's also saying, like sometimes these are the good things about the movies, a happy ending, but sometimes you can also enjoy a cliffhanger, and then you see like three other Celestials behind the Watcher's back, and that's how it ends.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's episode 2.
I want to kill myself. They character assassinate Kingo and Agatha, which two characters I don't give a shit about. But somehow I give more of a shit than the writers who wrote this episode.
Episode 3. What if the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? I actually didn't hate this idea, to be honest. The only reason why I hate it is because God, I'm so sick of the Red Guardian, man.
No, yeah. I mean, I was
He's not funny. He's not funny, and that's heavily what they rely on. But yeah,
No,
go ahead.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the episode, my first thought is, wow, you can actually play a drinking game for how many times they say capitalism.
Yes, that's all Russians talk about, right? Communism and capitalism.
Yeah, and that I literally call this episode, what if capitalism turns people good?
Lenin. Yeah, it's like I will never understand why the fuck did they cast. Why did they do a whole Black Widow movie and you did not cast one Russian or Ukrainian or whatever? It's like that's so fucking wild, man. You subjugated these like decent actors, good actors, to like such bad accents for an entire movie. I really don't understand. Or it's like, why don't they just speak a different language? I mean, speak a different accent. They're secret agents. They can easily speak in another accent easily.
Yeah,
That's
don't
their
worry.
job. So it's like, yeah.
Don't you worry. I was literally just laughing the entire time while I was watching this episode.
Like Black Widow, for example, never tries a Russian accent ever, but nobody talks about it. So yeah. But yes, and basically the what if is that back in December 1991.
By the way, this is the only episode. Yeah, I should give a bit of background because like this is like the only episode the previous showrunner wrote, and then she got fired for some reason.
Interesting. I feel like this is like the one episode where they actually kind of tried to keep it in line with a timeline of the MCU. It's not perfect. It's not like great or perfect or anything like that, but like they actually did try to make some connections, and they even have some characters around that you probably wouldn't have thought of. But like I felt like there was a little bit more effort in this one in terms of like trying to get the what if to work somehow.
Oh yeah, I think this is one of the better episodes, even though this is like really bad as well.
Yeah, so basically in 1991, when the part where Bucky Barnes is sent out to kill the Starks, but what's different is that Alexei was sent out to stop the Winter Soldier, but actually that's not what happened. You see, what happened is that Alexei was tasked by Dreykov to join the Winter Soldier in this mission, but like the Red Guardian is the Red Guardian, so he's fucking silly. So he messes it up, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, actually, that's not really what happened. So they did send him out, and like he was trying to save the Starks. Like, I don't want to kill them. We said no witnesses and all that stuff. But so Alexei is like saving the Starks in that sense.
Yeah. So,
What was the what if difference outside
uh,
of Alexei being there?
the what if difference is like do you remember like the opening of Black Widow?
Well, you mean like, well,
The
oh, right. So it's
the
like,
movie.
I have to live in Ohio.
Oh,
Fuck that.
oh yeah, that's the one. So what happened is what if right now you were just like fuck that, I'm not gonna join that mission. I'm gonna join the other mission. That's the what if scenario.
Yeah. Which is like, that's not terrible. Or it's like, I mean, it's a stretch, of course. Like you're, oh wow, you're luckily gonna like interact with this other character from the MCU. Yeah, but like it's not a bad idea if he's given a choice at least,
No.
and he chose the other option.
I mean I guess even though here's the thing, okay, because I know that Black Widow is like one of the worst movies of all time. Um Alexei doesn't hate Dreykov right now. He hates him because he throw him in prison. Like I'm serious. The first scene of Dreykov is literally he's hugging the Red Guardian. The Red Guardian has returned.
Mm.
And so
The
yeah, that's
Red
a
Guardian returns.
yeah. Or like okay, that's a retcon. So that they clearly do not remember Black Widow. And and just Red Guardian's like, how dare you let me send me to the Ohio? Fuck. Yeah, that's a change. Genius.
Wasn't that in the 90s though? Like late 90s? No, that was in 87 or something.
I need to look at I need to look at stuff. I need to look at stuff. It's like remember Black Widow is so difficult. But yeah, let me give me a
There's a lot of time jumps in that movie.
yeah. There's like because like Alexis
And like
says he spent like 3 years in Ohio, so the
he
escape
said
is like
he said he's fought Cap, but like it's clear that he was lying about that just to get some street cred.
no, but he's apparently has merchandising. Like
In Russia.
literally, he has fans.
What? Okay, so in that is a little. That's like the one thing from the comics that is a part of Red Guardian is that as a Russian Cap, he is like marketed pretty well over there. That's like the one thing they adapt. Other
And
than that, it's like they made him the dad of Black Widow when he's her fucking husband in the comics. I will never understand why they did that.
I have no idea. To be fair, they write it in like 11 days, so that's probably why.
They just like David Harbour.
Yeah.
David Harbour's
So
not that much older than Scarlett Johansson, I think.
I don't know because a lot of people in Hollywood looks really young for some reason. Because David Harbour, fucking how he's 49 years old.
Yeah.
How I think he's old enough to be ScarJo's dad. Scarlett Johansson. No, well shit, no. Scarlett Johansson is 40 years old.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're not that much different in the
Jesus, she doesn't look
yeah.
40.
That's true too. Like Iron Maiden, Melina is actually Black Widow villain, like her arch enemy. In fact, but yet they made her the mom.
How is
I don't understand, man.
Jesus Christ? David Harbour's wife is actually younger than Scarlett Johansson.
That's a conversation for another time. So yeah, so Alexei prevents Bucky from killing the Starks. And while in this happened, they only end up with one of the serums intact, while the other ones have been destroyed. But because the Winter Soldier failed his mission, which is something that kind of hits him because he's never failed a mission ever up until that point. They are said they're not allowed to get like a team to extract them out. They have to get out on their own, basically. As punishment, essentially.
Yeah.
And you know, you got
Sorry.
so earlier in the episode, Alexi's talking about like a great Russian spy named Rook from Las Vegas who can maybe get the transportation to help them leave to Russia. And they are trying to avoid the authorities at the same time, which is led by Bill Foster, of all people.
Yeah.
Goliath, played by Lawrence Fishburne again.
True. To be fair, yeah, he actually did in like Ant-Man 2. Was like that's actually continuity. And the Ranger, like Ranger Morales is played by American Ferrari.
Yeah, which I don't think she's a very good voice actress, but
To
that's
be
a
fair,
different conversation.
I don't even know why is she in this movie. It was like what is she needed in this episode? It was like she's basically just a she's basically just a driver.
She's a comedic relief, honestly.
Yeah, she
Which
does
is which is odd because like you have Alexi in here who's already doing that for you.
yeah. And because Alexi was like, I am not crazy person. I was like, okay, that you did. Okay, here's the thing in the Black Widow. He does not act like that until the time jump. He does not act like in Ohio because he's a fucking he knows how to do undercover.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you have a lot of your silly Russian man jokes. I don't understand.
And then he was like, I don't like killing. I was like, dude, you love killing. Fuck you.
Yeah. So I thought this was a good idea for Bucky's character in particular. Just having somebody to bounce off of who's like different in terms of a vibe, like Alexi, but how he like slowly opens up. Especially because he's still in the Winter Soldier mode at this point. He hasn't gotten his full memories back, or anything like that. So he doesn't have any memories at that point. But it's like I guess it's okay to see like him having a way to loosen himself. Well, I think it's just an interesting. This is why like I've always wanted to see like a little bit more of Winter Soldier, uh, as a person outside. Like when you're taking him outside of the strictly just there to kill and that's it phase. So
Yeah, I mean, there's something between Alexi and Bucky here, but this is like, okay, but this does not help much. I was like, there's something, but
yeah, I mean like the one thing they were saying is like, why don't you close why don't you close your eyes and try to see what you can think of? Like I can't remember my past. So he does that and he sees Coney Island. Too bad they didn't show Jenna Coleman.
oh yay, she's mine. Fuck you.
Yeah. But like so now it's like this is like they kind of become friends at this point.
Oh, it
Uh,
does.
this is after I think this is after the first chase scene.
Yeah, especially fight. Wait, Alexi apparently beats Goliath. Like even though he's like giant man.
Yeah, the super soldier serum and the shield, but like that knocks Goliath off his feet, and yeah, that's that. And honestly, like I got even more confused with like Ranger's character because like she's like a park ranger, so she's not even like a cop. So like, what is she doing in Las Vegas now?
I don't know.
So yeah.
Yeah, this Ranger Morales was like, I thought she's gonna be like actually Miles Morales' mom or something. But oh no, she's just Ranger Morales. Like what even
They
cast an
did. They
actor?
did it for the people to make speculations. Oh my God, is Miles gonna be here? That was the extent.
Yeah, she's you can literally just cut her out, and nothing will change.
Yeah. So while Bucky is kind of like, Bucky is like kind of feeling a little bit of like he smiled for the first time in a while, which is something that Alexei comments on. And while Alexei has his back turned, Bucky gets a call from Dreykov, and he orders him to kill Alexei because he is a liability. which
Uh,
gets Bucky a bit conflicted on this particular directive.
that was not a thing in Black Widow or the MCU. It was like, wait, Dreykov doesn't have control for the Winter Soldiers.
Yeah, they just put the Winter Soldier. So I guess the logic is that he technically was in the Russian control. So it's like, oh, Dreykov is Russian, so that's the connection.
Okay, do you remember like the first scene? Okay, the first sequence of Black Widow is literally just okay. This is literally what Draco sent Alexei for, to burn something, to burn down a Hydra base, the base that they use for mind control. There's no way Dreykov even is that connected to the Winter Soldier program.
Well, isn't the language for the code in Russian?
Yeah.
So it's Russian.
Ah.
They have to have some connection to the Russians at that point. Otherwise, like, there's no way to brain control them like that. But like then that kind of questions like everything with the Russians, including Black Widow and Dreykov and all this.
Was like so.
Dreykov,
so
the OC character, by the way.
by the way, yeah. So Winter Soldier. Thank fuck they didn't get Ray Winston back. By the way, so he's just another person voicing him. So it's a clear.
No, they actually got a Russian actor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's good because I can actually hear his words. So basically just like, oh, yeah, I'm Rush. So basically if because Dreykov is in control now, so we have no idea who the fuck is controlling Winter Soldier. It's clearly not Alexander Pierce in Winter Soldier now.
Well, this is in the 90s though. Alexander Pierce is in the 2014.
Well, to be fair, how old is Robert Redfield in that movie?
I still don't think Hydra had access to. When did Hydra get access to Bucky? That's
right after
Bucky has been everywhere, so it's not like one group has had him. Like other groups have had him as well.
No, according to Winter Soldier, it's like they got him right after the fall.
This isn't like Civil War like in Serbia.
Yeah, I have no idea. But apparently, he's been controlling by Hydra bases.
Yeah, but it's like I guess that question is like, did Dreykov have access to something from Hydra in Russia? That's the other thing.
Oh,
because like either way, the code is Russian, so it's like there has to be some Russian influence somewhere that has been able to brainwash Bucky the way that they did. So.
Yeah, because according to Winter Soldier, Black Widow, the reason why the Winter Soldier mind control is so bad because Dreykov backstab and sent Alexei to burn the data, so they have the good mind control.
So I guess there is a little bit of a leeway.
Okay, but that clearly just said like, but that should be clear that Dreykov is like really in that. But because of that sequence, it should be clear that Dreykov won out of Hydra the entire time, because he sent like fucking Alexei to burn down shit from Hydra.
See, we don't align with Nazis. That would be terrible.
All right. How did I forgot about that? So long story short, the continuity is a mess. And Dreykov is somehow even more OP.
Yeah. So Dreykov orders to kill Alexei because he's a liability. Because a big Russian goofy man. But Bucky doesn't kill him right away. He takes some time to think about it. So they go to Las Vegas. They go to find a hotel. They find out Rook, and honestly, you can't even tell who Rook is supposed to be because you don't find out until later that that's Obadiah Stane.
Yeah, apparently he's the one who tell Hydra, apparently he's the one who tell people to tell Hydra to kill the Starks.
Yeah, so he provided the information, the Russians with the information about the serum in order to eliminate the Starks from the market. And then Stain wanted to use that opportunity when the Stark Industries is at a disarray that he will become the next guy up to, make it his company. But like, you pesky Russians ruining my evil plans. No, they did not get Jeff Bridges back for this. Fair
Thank
enough.
fuck. Yeah, I mean that's
But
the thing.
I did think about it a little bit. Do you think Obadiah could have done that? Like the
No,
plan in 1991?
that would require him to know Hydra. So no.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like if you want to get the Russians, because it seems like they're going. I think Bucky was owned by the Russians.
Yeah, I mean, if he want, by the way, if you tell me that he doesn't know about this, I was like, do you know that fucking Howard Stark is working for Shield with Peggy fucking Carter in charge at the time? So you can't tell me that he literally just sent people kill fucking people protected by Shield without knowing they are Hydra or Red Room.
Well, it also depends on like how connected was Obadiah with everything related to the criminal underworld. Like that's the other conversation as well. I mean, he knows the 10 rings, but that's in like Iron Man. But it's not that 10 rings; it's a different 10 rings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much he knows about secret organizations. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I was laughing at this scene. Holy shit!
yeah,
I was like, no, it's like because my main takeaway was like, capitalism is so good. I was like, oh, and Alex, he was like, what? I was looking for capitalist pigs.
you were my hero.
Yeah, it's like Draco works for capitalist pigs. What the fuck? You don't know that? Wait, what the fuck do you think Draco is doing?
No, it's an American trait.
And then I was like, I'm not being political because I would not ever tell you my political stance, but that's literally how the episode presented. And I'm gonna be honest, but I wasn't even wrong about the rant. He was like, this is how capitalism works,
Which is why that's why like he says even though he's dead, it's like but he was still right. Because Red Guardian's like really upset about what he learned.
yeah, and then Winter Soldier was like, capitalism is bad. I was used by capitalist. Fuck.
Yeah, but the police come in. They come after them. Bucky tells.
No, that's not the police. That's the guards from Winter Soldier. Those are the guards from Black Widow.
So it's a mix of both, because like also Shield is there too, with Bill Foster. I guess they all ended up in the same place.
By the way, I have no idea why the fuck the Dracov sent those people. He should be sending the widows according to the fucking movie.
Yeah, so Bucky takes Alexi and they both jump out of the window. Bucky's using like his robotic arm to like, get them down safely, I guess. But yeah, they're basically running on the side of the wall while like Bucky's like sliding his robotic arm down the. I guess it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, they run
into a casino, and then Bucky just shoot a bunch of machines, and the money just throws, and all the money just like flies out.
Which is smart.
And then everyone just fucking grabs money. I was like, fuck. My first reaction is, my god, they're gunshots and police chasing.
But there's also free money. Yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah, so they're running, and then Bill Foster becomes Goliath again, tries to chase after them. And now this time, instead of Alexi taking him down, they both take him down together. It's like, God, this is like what a bad showcase of Goliath, man. He's over 2, man.
Yeah.
Just needed a parade with Prince.
Jesus. Hey, I love this episode, and no one, and no bullets hit them, by the way. So
Nah, we can't do that. Yeah, so they end up like in a abandoned warehouse, and all the Black Widow soldiers are there. Um, and one of them is like saying, so Bucky gets another call from Dreykov saying like, "You have betrayed me for the last time. Prepare to die, or I'm gonna make you do it." Um, so there's this one Russian who starts saying the words, and Alexi's asking like, "What is that? Why? What's the problem? What's going on?" And it's like, "I was ordered to kill you, and if I don't do it, but I'm not trying to, but like if I don't do it, I'm going to, you're not gonna like what's gonna happen," kind of a thing. While the words are still going in his head. Um, but he Bucky breaks the walkie-talkie, so he really doesn't want to follow this order by Dreykov. He's now seen Red Guardian as a friend. Um, but like while the words are going on, there's a bit of a they do like an intercut with like the word. Bucky's like getting stressed out, trying not to go into Winter Soldier mode, and you also have like Ranger Morales counting down from 10 to 1. I don't even know what they're doing.
I don't even know why is Ranger Morales even helping Shield agents. So
Why is she doing the countdown? Uh, I think they just liked America Ferrera, just wanted her, but they didn't know how to use her.
I mean, they could just they could just make her Shield agents. Just saying, that would make more sense.
Yeah, but yeah. While it cuts down to 1 and the last word is said, that so he what was it? Alexei uses that opportunity to break the super soldier serum, so they don't have any access to it. So there's no more serum left. Um,
I'm gonna be honest, they could just get the serum back by using a tissue and just soak it up.
it's tainted.
Ah,
I guess that's the logic.
I guess they never address it because after this they just like, oh, cut away. There's a really big battle, we can't see it.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, like, like they finished saying the words, but uh, Red Guardian has already gone away. So, like, he's like in the clear essentially. They take Bucky back to Siberia, and he Dreykov asks like what happened to Alexei. He insists that he's dead. Um, all that stuff. He was a hero.
Yeah, and
And then he gets put back onto the brainwash.
by the way, Bucky broke out of brainwash way too easily this episode. Remember, fucking Cap needs like years to bring him back.
Honestly, like I've always thought that they really needed like a time period where they can actually focus on Bucky during the brainwash. Like how is he as a person during those years? It's like I mean, I guess the Winter Soldier kind of did that, but like you don't really get to see that much of Bucky there. But I guess that's kind of his appeal in that movie because like he's a mystery man. He's a man that you've seen in the first movie. But I wish like they had more of him, like in the sense of like what is he like during the Winter Soldier phase, and like how does that break him down, or like how is he thinking and stuff like that. I guess it's like I wish there was a little bit more focus on that in the Russo films.
But no.
But yeah, meanwhile, Foster approaches Alexei, who is now a PE teacher. Not just any PE teacher; he's literally a Boris Toledo, which is a real coach.
Yeah.
Who's still alive today, by the way. So,
Uh, why we do that? To be fair, Marvel don't give a shit about real people. They literally race ban real people. Remember like what JD Cooper or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. They
oh,
cast a yeah.
he was
Not
played
not
by
not Loki.
not
Uh
Loki.
no yeah, Loki in the episode, but I'm not because the person who witnessed JD Cooper in that episode in real life it's a white person. They cast a person in color to play a real life person.
Alexi
But
might have killed and replaced Toledo. I hope not. That would suck.
I hope not. I was like
Yeah, so Alexi is just living as an American because Foster saw that he was trying to help the country. He's officially an American. I guess he has the right to say that. So it's like, but like maybe you'll find a good opportunity back in the costume. And he gives him the shield back, his Red Guardian shield. And then you see it cuts to 21 years later, and it shows the Avengers at the Battle of New York, and it does the camera spin and all that stuff. And then all you see is Alexi walks in. Yay, I'm excited. It was like
yeah. What?
that you're standing with your daughter. And she's not acknowledging that.
No, to be fair, that was not because
But
the
she can't be his daughter now because like she's not in Ohio, so he's not her dad.
yeah basically. But here's the other thing. Why is Iron Man here? Because Obadiah is dead, and he's like
Obadiah's
the
dead. His parents are alive, so he has no motivation to see. These are different. This is what if does. It's like when you have like what if, it's not one thing that changes. It's a lot of different things change with it, but because of this one action. So if you say what if Alexi's there, okay, Alexi made Obadiah died. He also made Howard Stark be alive. So that means Iron Man's trajectory would change too. So you would focus on how did that change.
I mean, okay. Remember in season one, there's an episode of
Would
Tony Stark and Killmonger. Yeah,
Yeah. Also, like, what if, like, he also didn't go to Ohio. So who's going to be Natasha Romanoff's father? Or who's going to be, like, is she going to be even, is she going to even be a Black Widow in America? We don't even know that.
no, it's weird because like the Black Widow movie did not explain shit about how she escaped. She just does. That's basically how it works. That's basically how this movie says. She just does. So yeah, none of it is explained, and Draco should be shit pissed about this. Did the whole Ohio mission even succeed?
It's like, I guess that she had, like, different parents or something. It's like, but, like, does she still become the Black Widow of this generation? Like, we don't even know that. I don't know. It's just like, I think her and, what's his name? And Iron Man are like the ones that I feel like would change a lot for this episode's change, but they don't because they want the shot, the funny ending of let's add him in this scene. So yeah, let's
Very funny.
So I think this is one of the better episodes, but it's still not perfect. I will say though, my only to be fair part is that this does have an attempt at trying to be a what if and trying to fit in a timeline of events. So that's better than some of the other episodes where they don't try at all or like they don't realize that they've changed a lot, which even in this episode like we talked about, they've changed a lot and they don't realize that.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, because capitalism. To be honest, capitalism ruins everything. Lol. I think that would be the
Yeah.
joke.
I mean, my other thing is like I also like this side of Bucky. I just wish they had more focus on it.
Yeah, and I hope that Alexi is actually in character during this because apparently people don't know that he's only like this because Dreykov threw him in prison.
Mhm.
He's never like this in before that, and he actually has a logic, common sense, and he's actually able to do undercover. But in this episode, he's stuck at it. So I was like, Dreykov, why do you even put this guy in mission if he's stuck at it?
All right, so that we got it. We got to get to that episode. What if Howard the Duck got hitched?
Jesus.
And for some of our younger members who don't know what hitched means, it means when a man and a woman love each other, or in this case, when a duck and a woman love each other and they have sex and they have a baby. So this is a sequel episode to the Thor party episode, uh, where in that one Howard the Duck and Darcy were pretty friendly. They marry, they have a baby. Darcy even releases the egg out of her. How did that happen? Who the fuck knows? Nobody asks that question.
Yeah, you should. No, it just like fuck it. That's basically how it works. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So they're trying to be a couple and all that stuff, trying to get prepared for having the baby. But it turns out that the baby is catching the interest of a lot of very powerful entities and beings in this world. And so like one day they get a call and it's from the Grandmaster to join his intergalactic cruise. And that's because he's particularly interested in their egg, but he's not interested in it for any other reason other than it's a big egg and just want to eat some eggs. So he tries to attempt to cook it in front of them.
Oh
And
yeah.
Howard and Darcy eventually catch on that this is going to happen. But then all of a sudden, Yondu, who is looking at this, he's very interested in the egg too, and he steals the egg.
Yeah, he just attacks him. I don't know how he got it. How did he got in? But sure, fuck it.
Yeah, and then so notice how I'm going to keep saying and then and then uh the ducks, that's their relationship name. The ducks are going into a spaceship. They steal from Grandmaster and they
How did they steal a spaceship? Who the fuck knows?
every
How-
intergalactic thing has a spaceship. So.
Yeah, and no, apparently none of them need keys.
George Lucas can
Oh,
rest
fun
in
fact.
peace.
They have,
Oh, he must die.
by the way, they actually have Beth's, the comic book wife of Howard the Duck in this episode, in a voice cameo. Did you catch that?
But Leah
Beth,
Thompson?
no, Beth Switzer. Beth
What?
Switzer.
That was played
Yeah,
by
that
Leah.
can.
That was played by Leah though.
Yeah, she actually has a voice cameo in this episode. Not Leah, the character. That's the neighbor of Darcy and Howard.
How would anybody know that? Oh, they say
Oh,
Bev. They called her
yeah,
Bev. That's stupid.
yeah. Hey, at least we know that she's in the MCU. Are you happy?
No.
Uh-huh.
I've said unironically that the one project I would like to be in charge of if I ever had an MCU project was Howard the Duck. But that's another conversation. So yeah, never happy.
Yeah, same. By the way,
And then
I did not laugh at this episode. This episode is so cringe.
no, this is the episode where you laugh because like what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go on the ship and then I don't know, they somehow like on the ship they're able to call Nick Fury and Phil Coulson.
And not just that, Darcy is able to drive this ship. No, not Howard. Darcy. Darcy is the one driving it.
Yeah, because she's played Galaga, so
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, so it turns out that so Nick Fury just has this exposition, like the human on Earth has this exposition that apparently the alignment of the 9 realms have happened, and it was on this day called the convergence, and you had your baby on that convergence, the alignment stuff. So the people across the galaxy think that you're child is going to be destined for great things and all that stuff, which is like, how do you know all that? And it's like, this would make sense if Thor said it, but I don't know. But because this is like the party Thor episode, it's like, I guess Thor is not wise. But
Yeah,
then they have Loki, who's like smarter, but like Loki is, you actually get to see him later.
yeah. It's like, and then she was like, oh, because people will be like, oh, you see, that's continued from Party 4. Everyone knows about aliens. Earth. I don't think Nick Fury would be happy if aliens are still on Earth. But apparently, Howard the Duck is still on Earth. How does that work?
See, but here's the problem though. It's like the Party Thor episode is like where they're all like Party Thor like brings all the aliens, like they're all cool with each other. Even Surtur is like in the party. Like, so it's like at that point, it's like Nick Fury is like, fuck it. I guess I'm cool with it too.
I guess, even though like he got knocked into a hospital.
Yeah, I mean he's like, Fury out. So, he's a very chill guy.
Yeah, that's totally Nick Fury. Oh shit, sorry. Secret Invasion said that Nick Fury is useless. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so meanwhile, it turns out Yondu, so they actually hear Coulson is talking to Nick Fury silently, but Howard the Duck, he enhances the audio quality so you can hear what they're whispering about. And it turns out that he has heard some sources, source, trust me, bro, that it turns out this intergalactic space pirate is actually going to the Collector. It's like, so you know the Collector too. It's like, I guess maybe the Collector was in the party episode too. So I guess they all know each other. Yeah. So they're going to the Collector. And,
By the way, shouldn't be a lot because this is a universe, right? So shouldn't there be a lot of babies that are born at the time when those stars align or something?
You see, but Howard the Duck is a comic character, so that's why that matters. But nobody else matters.
Yeah, well, fuck that makes sense. I guess.
I mean, you could have at least have mentioned the bestiality is the reason why it's happening. At least then I could believe it, because then nobody's doing that. Hopefully.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. And so they're like, oh no, Collector. Yeah, everyone just knows each other now.
It was a laugh less out of joy and more like when Walter White was laughing in the crawl space. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, here's the funny thing. This entire episode wouldn't happen if Darcy and Howard just hire a babysitter.
Well, I guess because didn't they say that the Grandmaster invited them?
Yeah, he invited.
But like even if they left the egg, that means the Grandmaster has knowledge about the egg already, and that's specifically why he invited them to join. So it's like if they left the baby in the house, I'm pretty sure he would also, if he knows the existence of the baby, that to the point where he's inviting the parents, then I would assume that he can also send somebody to the house to go after the babysitter. The babysitter could have been in on it too as well. That's kind of the problem. It's like they've already started that the characters already know about the egg. Like Yondu knows about the egg. And then eventually, so what happens here is that so on Nowhere, Yondu goes, which by the way, like, I don't know about you, but I thought Michael Rooker's voice was just very old now, because like I thought his Yondu voice was not doing that well at this point.
Is he played by Michael? Yeah, he is Michael Rooker.
It is Michael Rooker. I was saying because like I feel like he probably is getting too old for the voice now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I was like listening. It's like, God, he just sounds really old now. It's not like not like Mufasa when James Earl Jones played him in live action, but like you can definitely tell he's like not able to do it like how he used to do it before. But yeah, he's there. He's there to give the egg to the Collector. He's trying to say, I heard that this egg was like really special, and like it seems like everybody across the galaxy is trying to do it. So I'm trying to up the price. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but it turns out that he's not talking to the Collector. because where the fuck is the collector? No, he's talking to Calisius.
Yeah,
Caecilius.
Matt
Caecilius.
Mickelson.
Mads Mikkelsen's character. And they got him back. Like, he's actually here. The
I mean,
actor.
I don't think he's played. Oh no, he's not played by Matt Mickelson. And
Oh, he's not even. So why the fuck did you use him?
I don't even know. I don't even know if he would remember him. I mean, he's played by Gerard Butler.
Dude,
Okay,
at,
Jared
that
Butler.
point, at least use Mordo, man.
Jared Butler.
Yeah,
Fuck,
it's
man.
not. It's a voice actor.
I mean, they
Yeah,
could have
so-
just like they could just make it that the fucking collector and nothing would change. Actually, it would be better.
it would change because like then they can't have the magic portal spells.
Or actually, that would make more sense if it's collector. Because and now I have to wonder how the fuck did Caecilius even know about Nowhere?
That's that. These are the few questions that I have. It's like, what? How the fuck does he know about Nowhere? And then it's like, yeah. And then Caecilius like kills Yondu and takes the egg.
Because,
And the reason why he wants the egg is because like he wants to. You can say it.
No, actually, the reason why that Yandu got killed is because he did not get his crew to be with him during the deal, and his followers are just on Black Hood for some reason, and they just teleport in from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caecilius is there because he wants to use the baby as a host body for Dormammu. And then,
By the way, that was never Dormammu's motivation.
well,
He just want to eat. He just want to eat planets, eat places. He's basically like Galactus.
Dormammu?
No, he just want to turn things black or something in Doctor Strange. I don't remember fucking Dormammu's motivation, but I don't remember him was like, oh, I want a fucking vessel for myself.
I think it was just to conquer the dimensions.
Yeah, he just wants to conquer them. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember him.
Because like he's from the dark dimension and all that stuff, so he wants to continue that in other dimensions too, like in his glory kind of a thing. So I guess the logic in this sense is like it's more like Dormammu didn't need a vessel in Doctor Strange movie; they just had to summon him.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess like I guess like what Caecilius is saying is like when you have like the host body, it's like then Dormammu can freely walk using the child of this special baby to walk in this world, kind of a thing. I don't know. It's not. I mean, I know Dormammu's character from the comics. Like, I know like he does have a motivation of trying to go outside of the dark dimension. Usually, it's a case where like Doctor Strange has to go to him, sort of ordeal, and like that kind of operation. But I don't know how much does that apply to this iteration of Dormammu.
I mean, even that I would be like, here's another thing. If I would possess someone, I probably would not choose a baby.
It's a special baby, to be fair.
But you still have to wait for him to grow up before he can walk or speak.
I guess it depends on like the logic of time. It's like it's like I'm not gonna take over right away. It's like if it takes me 18 years till I can fully take over the universe in a body, then it's like it's worth it kind of a thing. I mean, you know, Dormammu and Doctor Strange were fighting for like a million years or something, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So he definitely has the patience.
I guess. To be honest, Dormammu doesn't even speak in this episode.
No, he doesn't speak in this episode. He's just there for the pretty lights. Yeah. So and then Shield just comes in. They just find Nowhere, and they're there. There's a standoff between Howard and Darcy are just like there. They're fighting against the magicians. You have Magic Man fighting Gunman. Um, a lot of
Uh,
closing the distance, a lot of hand to hand when you have magic. And then you also got a bunch of like you have like the egg going through like a bunch of portals and stuff like that. It's like at that point, it's like who's making the portals to do that? Um, but then
I,
it lands in their hands anyway. So
yeah. So yeah, that's how it works. And there's a portal, and for them just dip.
yeah, and the portal takes them to Jotunheim.
Out of every place in the universe, Jotunheim.
No, no, no. Oh, wait, no, no, no. The portal takes them back to a ship, like the inside of another ship, and they use that ship to escape. Which
My,
is like, why would anybody make a portal inside of ships just for the heroes, the ducks to
this is
leave?
the first time I heard Caecilius even have a ship. I thought he just traveled through the Marmut power.
I think it was Howard the Duck's ship that they stole from Grandmaster. It's just convenient that they ended up in that ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they hear on the news that there's an intergalactic space news that these two people have like the special egg and they're on the run because a lot of people are. So I guess it's like that made international news, I guess. But yeah, so they fly over to Jotunheim because they believe that Loki can give them shelter and that kind of stuff. So it's just funny to me that what if remembers that Loki's supposed to be blue, but then the Loki show doesn't do that
Somehow.
when he's in a place where he's magic is not supposed to exist in the TVA.
You see, big budget.
Yeah, we want him to look like Tom Hiddleston,
Oh,
even though
sorry.
you can just make him Tom Hiddleston but blue skin. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Oh shit, sorry. Must be the budget. Oh, how much is the budget of this show again? Oh, sorry, 250 million per season.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So but basically Loki is selling Jotunheim as like a resort. I guess. He's just really cool with this stuff now. Loki's
Yeah.
having kind of a bit of a beef with his dad and the other ice giants, and then all of a sudden, Nick Fury just teleports in.
How do you know that they are here?
I really don't understand. And then you got the Dark Elves come in, and then you have Zeus come in, and then you got the Black Order come in. And the Black Order, they were actually there to be at the resort for relaxation, but Howard the Duck didn't know they were trying to steal the egg. So it's like, oh, powerful egg, you say? Howard. Yeah, so then the Black Order called Thanos as well.
Yeah, if I was a Black Order and I was in Jotunheim, I probably would not ask two human-looking person. I'll probably just ask some ice giants instead of humans. The species that's not supposed to be living in the ice planet.
Yeah, so basically, all the Marvel characters are here. Essentially, you got the Ravagers, you got the Sorcerers, you got Shield,
Yay.
you got Zeus, you got fucking.
Yay. By the way, they don't have none of them have ships.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're all just kind of like fighting each other while the ducks are on the run and all that stuff.
I guess people I guess they forgot they can teleport with sling ring or ships.
Yeah. Cuz like it's funny cuz they go down the hill and then they're waiting for the guys to run at them when a lot of them have teleporting powers.
I mean, I guess they forgot in for Love and Thunder, Zeus can teleport with his lightning to the center of the universe. No, this is not hyperbolic. His lightning can teleport to
He is
And
a
he were in
god.
the yeah, and he does not use that power in this episode. Fucking hell.
All the magicians, Thanos can teleport. I guess he didn't have the stones though, so there's that.
I mean, I love that of Ebon monsters don't just use telekinesis to just grab the egg, or sorcerers don't use portals to grab the egg.
It's like you called me here for an egg. It's a special egg. So he's not very confident in this one.
Yeah, I wonder if did they get Josh Brolin for just one line?
Yes, they did. That's actually real. They did get him.
Oh my god, they did. Well, to be fair, that's an easy paycheck for him.
And they got Clark Gregg. That's obvious.
Yeah, of course.
Wilson.
Oh, they also Sam Jackson, Nick Fury, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, they did not get Christopher Eccleston back as Malekith. Or what's it called? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe as Jesus. Yeah.
I've always wondered, is like, what's the point of using some of these characters if you're not gonna get the voice actors back? At that point, just use somebody else, unless their secondary voice is like really good that you can't notice.
To be honest, I just
Malekith is not Malekith. Right. Where's your doctor?
Yeah. You give me back my doctor. Probably because Christopher Eccleston was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna go back to I'm not gonna act that role again. Fuck you.
I don't think he'll ever do superhero movies again.
Yeah. Because I think he hates doing like for the Dark World.
Yeah, very much.
But no, because Caecilius, who I don't know what I don't think Caecilius is even in the Party 4 episode.
No, he's not.
Yeah, then it was like, wait, wouldn't this guy just want to turn the universe dark? And then this guy has like a ship that can destroy Asgard, invincible spaceships.
Yeah. So basically, the ducks are just singing because they know that their child is gone and they can't outrun everybody. But so while they're singing this song, the egg starts to light up, and the ducks continue to sing and sing while it's like firing electric blast all over the place. It's even hurting Zeus. By the way.
Yeah, makes sense. That's totally how you
the
hurt
the god of thunder.
Not thunder, lightning. That's for the god of lightning. That's even worse.
Well, in the Greek, it's different for the two different cultures, but yeah.
God of lightning was like, oh no, yeah, that's. Then apparently singing is how it works. I love the fact that everyone in this shithead army does not know that they have projectiles.
Some of them have shields, like the sorcerers.
Yeah. And Caecilius' army has black hole grenades and laser guns. Not Caecilius, Malekith. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see there, the egg is just like glowing and glowing and glowing. It rises to the sky, and it pretty much like it shocks like everybody. Nick Fury and Coulson hide behind a rock, and they're fine. But yeah, it like, and the thing is like, it kills everybody. Like it kills all of them. It even kills Thanos. Add another dead Thanos in the multiverse saga.
Yeah, the only one who's not that is like Zeus and the people hiding behind rocks.
And Zeus is like, you know, I gotta get out of here. I got an orgy to get to.
Fuck you.
Very funny.
Very funny.
So yeah, then it turns out the duck is now a human duck baby named Birdie.
Fun fact: I actually play this game. I actually play a game called, which is the real name of Howard and Darcy's baby. One of them is correct, and then I just asked ChatGPT for the other answers. It took people 3 tries to get the right answer. Out of five of them. Out of the 5 selections I gave them, it took them 3 tries to got it right. For which one is actually the real name?
Yeah, Birdie. Birdie.
Yeah, Bird, and the other is Ashley and Duckling. Howard that?
Duckling.
Yeah, Duckling Howard. Those are answers from ChatGPT, and ChatGPT actually gave me Ashley. It was like, okay, ChatGPT knows how to name people better.
Yeah, so you see, this is their next OC, but we won't really get to see her until later. So we'll just keep that in mind. Fury, instead of chasing them more, like trying to take the baby, realize that they're just parents who want to take care of a baby, and they're responsible enough. So you guys take care of the baby, and we'll leave you alone peacefully.
And then
Fury out.
and then he just, yeah, Fury out. Leave these people die in this distant planet.
To be fair, Loki's like, we owe you a favor for ruining your time. So like, why don't we let you live in our hotel? Which, to be fair, the hotel is destroyed. So I guess they're gods; they can rebuild it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was their favorite, and they were they were trying to go on a honeymoon. This is the closest they got. So
yeah, and to be honest, I really do not like. Fury is a dick for abandoning people in a different planet. That was good.
I really don't. I don't think it was that, mainly because because of the Loki suggestion thing. I don't know if they have the Bifrost though. That's a different conversation. Which honestly, when you have like Fury can like teleport different planets so easily, it's like what the point? What is the point of the Bifrost now?
Yeah.
Going from planet to planet teleportation.
Jump points, I guess. But oh well. I guess he just did not just suggest, hey, do you want to go back home because your friends are there, your parents are there, Darcy, and your belongings are there, and your job is there.
I'm pretty sure the Loki thing happened first as a suggestion before he left.
No, actually, it's actually happened right after he left. That's
no, wait, but they also flew to this planet. They had the ship that had them fly there. That's how they got to Jotunheim in the first place. So they technically did have their own ship. It's just, I guess, why don't you go in my ship instead of that smaller one? I guess they still have a ship to leave.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. This was a really goofy episode.
Yeah.
It literally has bestiality as a plot point. So what am I supposed to say?
I mean, I guess some people told me it's like this is like the best episode of What If. I honestly don't know. Are you on drugs?
I didn't want to say that. I don't know. The episode just has too much like and then type of writing. Like I can't stand that shit. But you know what?
But you got Thanos and the guy from For the Dark World and the villain from Doctor Strange and the Russell Crowe from For Love and Thunder. Isn't that cool? Well,
the gang's all here.
Yeah,
the gang is all here. Yeah, so the next episode though is kind of what fries my fucking brain, man. It's like, what if the emergence destroyed the Earth? Now, first off, when you destroy the Earth like that, the Earth is destroyed. You can't expect any life to exist. That's kind of the fucking point. But you see, again, we're using an Eternals plot point. So, but except for the other episode that had at least they had Kingo in that episode. This episode has no Eternals, and I really don't get it. I guess they just like this. They just like this apocalypse thing. It's like, oh, we need an excuse to not have so many like people to animate, so let's make them in a barren wasteland setting. I feel like that's been the excuse.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, I have no idea. They just, I mean, that was not even a good premise because everyone should be dead, aside from people in space, I guess.
so the premise of this episode is that the emergence happened a few years earlier before the Eternals like got to band together to stop Tiamat from emerging and destroying the planet. So that's the premise that they're going with. So it's like if I'm using that timeline correctly, that means it's like it's prior to it's they said years before, so it's like multiple years. Would that be during the blip time? Would that be during the snap time? Would that be earlier? How many years are we talking about? Not mentioned. But you see, you do have Sharon Carter as the power broker, something post in Endgame, which I'll get to her in a second.
Uh,
You have Quentin Beck, who has like a hatred of Stark, but then you also have him wanting to overtake Stark Industry using the army of drones, like to make the Iron Federation.
and he totally does not want to destroy everyone on Earth.
It's like
Basically,
first, it's like I just want you to hear the pitch. I want the emergence to happen from Eternals, and how do we make what do we do with that? Let's make Mysterio just be the guy that takes control and like be in charge of everything. Where the fuck is the connection? And
uh,
you know what's worse? They don't even have like Jake Gyllenhaal in this episode. So it's like, why the fuck did you want Mysterio in the first place? I would have
uh,
thought they did Mysterio because Mysterio is such a heavy focus character of the episode that I thought that they probably got Jake Gyllenhaal just wanted to use him. But no, they don't even have him. So it's like, what the fuck is this plot?
uh, I don't know. I just think that they just want some cool illusion powers. That's my only thought.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is a lot of vibes because like yeah, let's do the emergence because I like the idea of destroying the planet. Let's use Quintebrec because I like the idea of illusions.
Illusions.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, and they said this happened like years ago. So yeah, again, there's life on the planet. There's like plenty of people alive. There's a lot of you see a lot of citizens. I mean, it's not a lot of citizens, like, but there are people alive in like different. It's so weird. So like they show the planet is like broken into like different fragments, but like people still live on each individual fragment. They just can't travel the country or whatever. You know, like when you blow up a planet, like the oxygen, all that stuff will go away. So it's
Yeah.
impossible to live in a destroyed planet. So
I mean, they don't even have a throwaway line. I mean, at least they could say it was like the sorcerers on Earth used their magic to hold Earth as much as they could when they explode. I mean, at least that would be something.
yeah, even though that's a lot of magic, man.
Yeah. Oh, I know,
Uh,
but yeah.
just because remember that how much like wizards it took to stop a flood from happening in Endgame.
Ugh.
Uh, so yeah, so it cuts to the present. This episode's mere premise not working several times over is what makes it my most hated. There is still gravity and atmosphere despite there being no core of the earth anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, they truly defy gravity in this episode. Like they defied my expectations. Uh, so yeah, that's
God, I'm so excited to talk about this team that they have. So it cuts to the present, and Riri Williams is basically the Watcher saying that this is a dark time for Riri Williams, like not just like because the world is dark, but because like she's gonna go through a lot of loss that she's not ready for yet. And I always hate seeing this happen to her. Um, and what's she doing is she's going up to a particular tower, and up that tower she meets Sharon Carter. Sharon Carter, who is basically she wants to get like easy bake oven and get some parts for something that she's building. And Sharon's like kind of suspicious about it. It's like, why do you need multiple easy bake ovens? Like, I'm not expecting you to bake a cake with something like that. Maybe I am. And but it turns out that Sharon is working for the Iron Federation for
Why?
making.
Why is she working for people who's gonna destroy the world? Not destroy the world, kill everyone.
You see, because they decided to make her a power broker in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
But that doesn't mean that she will work for fucking nuts for Hydra, even though she's a bad person.
I've said it so many times. Sharon Carter is probably one of the most disrespected characters in the MCU, and I don't think it's like too much of an argument, especially because like Sharon Carter is supposed to be the wife of, or like the love interest of Steve Rogers, but obviously because they focus more on Peggy Carter, that kind of like stopped it forever. But like the fact that like this fucking guy Matthew Chauncey talks about hating Sharon so much that in the zombie episode in What If, like he really wanted like a more torturous and disastrous death for Sharon to suffer through because he hates Sharon Carter as a character. He even said that, and it was like AC Bradley who said, "Calm down, like let's not do it that way." I got Sharon all over me. Wasn't that funny?
Actually, if you hate her so much, why do you even use her?
That's my thing. It's like, why the fuck do you use her? Oh, but we got to remember we got phase 4 stuff in this What If episode. Yeah, great. That explains everything. Also,
Yeah.
like people I don't know why Marvel does not remember. Like Sharon has like an evil arc in the comics, but that's because she was brainwashed. She wasn't actually evil.
I
That was the
mean,
fucking point.
the only way that they can explain that she's evil is she's brainwashed in the MCU. That's literally the only reason.
Yeah, it's like, what is this problem, man? It's like, it's the fact of like how brutal you like. You wanting to kill her so badly like tells me a lot about you as a person. If that's like if somebody makes you that mad, it's crazy. Why? Because he kissed Sharon Carter, you didn't like that in Civil War. It's really dumb.
I mean, if I were you, I'll be like, dude, what? So what do you like in this episode? I was like, oh, Riri really is the best thing ever. No, that's not my words. The fucking person, the opening line is literally, in every version of this universe, Riri Williams is the last hope for this universe.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this tells me a lot about what you like. Yeah. And by the way, they got Emily Van Camp for the role.
Yeah, for one line. God, what a fucking disrespected actress! I can't believe this.
Yeah, and by the way, she
So
got beaten
dumb.
up by a fucking kid. Jesus Christ.
She got beaten up by a kid. She's supposed to be the love of Steve's life. She's supposed to be on that adventure with him, not Black Widow. She's supposed to be his girlfriend, not Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter gets so many fucking iterations. Now you got fucking Captain Carter on top of that. I love Haley Atwell, by the way, but like, I still can't really respect like the part where like she was like she kind of got like a bit of a smear campaign on Emily Van Camp because of what happened in Civil War. Especially post Agent Carter getting canceled and all that stuff. It was pretty nasty, and that was just something I don't really like. But I mean, Emily's still doing good in her career. She just should have been a bigger star.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but you see, Riri is escaping from the Iron Federation. She doesn't have a suit at all. It's like she doesn't have an iron suit.
I really want to
But
know how did she survive.
I am curious how does she survive? Because like if she had like an Iron Heart suit, I would have maybe accepted it. but like she doesn't even have it. She's like in her like phase 1 suit where like from the Black Panther movie in the beginning where it wasn't really a suit, it just like kind of things put together that allows her to fly, but that's the extent. But she is saved by Wong, Okoye, Valkyrie, and Ying Nan. If you're wondering who is Ying Nan, that's Shang-Chi's aunt. Shang-Chi has a lot of characters that don't fucking matter. You got his parents, you got his sister, you got his aunt. It's a lot of characters.
Don't worry. This show is spoon fed. Yeah, they're spoon feeding every Shang-Chi characters in this season for some reason.
Yeah.
Should I? But they didn't even got Michelle Yeoh back as that character.
Yeah. Again, it's like no, it's Michelle Wong.
Yeah, they didn't get the original actor back. So oh well.
Michelle Wong looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a different conversation. Yeah. So yeah, so this is their alliance. This is the team, which I guess implies Mysterio will expand his reign to other planets. Yeah,
I guess.
but like, what does that mean?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So it. So meanwhile, you have Mysterio, who is like linked up to a chair with like a bunch of like wires connected to his body. It's very reminiscent of a particular shot from Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, and
he tells his lapdog the White Vision.
Yeah, Empire Mysterio just like, hey, Darth Uchi, go get Riri Williams. I'm sorry, Kylo Ren. Sorry, White Vision, get Riri Williams.
Yeah, White Vision doesn't talk at all in this entire episode. But yeah, basically he's like what Zack Snyder wanted out of Superman. Like, let's make him stone cold, not talking, all action. And he just basically runs down through a bunch of people, killing them. A lot of hallways fight sequences. Wong is telling Riri, like, you need to make that anti vision gun. You have 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I was like 12 hours. So
yeah, that will work out. Did that work out? Fuck.
Yeah, so you see she's working. So Wong has like this like enchantment that like prevents people from phasing inside for like about 7 minutes. That's why the time limit is there. So yeah, the Vision is just killing all the goons. No, well, not the goons, like their extra men that they had. But Wong and the three named characters, they all have protection, magical shield protection around them because they're named characters, and he couldn't give that to all the characters. So
yeah,
there's that. But yeah, so he has you have your fight scene. White Vision is pretty much taking care of all of them. And then he eventually gets into the room, and then he's going very slowly to Riri, allowing her time to like try to shoot the gun, but it's not working. And then like, it's not working. Why it's not working? And then when he's about to grab her, that's when the blast works and that kills the White Vision. What a character.
Well, I guess she's also smarter than Tony Stark.
Yeah, and it's very slow.
Yeah. By the way, remember this thing has the power to fight the Power Stone. No, that was a thing in WandaVision.
Yeah, but you see, they made an anti-vision gun, so that's enough.
Fuck you. I guess Tony Stark never thought of doing that when he's in Civil War.
Or maybe an anti-Ultron gun.
Oh shit! Yeah, that would also work. Or maybe he should make the Endo Sim armor. Oh shit! No, sorry. Riri Williams that died in this episode.
in 7 minutes.
Jesus.
The only to be fair part is like they said they already got the weapon. They just need her to power it up.
But
But it's like, how did they get the weapon? It's like I don't know.
what does Tony Stark even has those weapons? By that logic.
I'm honestly I'm really confused about this timeline because like they said that the emergence happened like before the Eternals like were together. So where are the Eternals anyway? Like surely there should be some Eternals on the planet that are embarrassed that they let Tiamat get up and they didn't stop it in time or something. Unless like Arishem already took them away. I mean, did they? I mean, you don't tell us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I have seen a a rise of like do something with the Eternals, please. Like just do something, even if it's not good or like you don't find it good. Like just try something, do something. And I do kind of agree with that. It's like in the sense of like, yeah, I know the film is not good and all that stuff, but like at some point, like you have a set of characters that have something. At least try to continue on, or try to do something.
Yeah. So, but no, we just got like a Hollywood episode, and this episode that apparently never features them. Also, Marvel Zombies. Oh, the
Coming
show Marvel
soon.
Zombies. Fuck.
Coming soon.
I hate
4 episodes. Written by Zeb Wells, though. Operation, your favorite guy, right?
Oh yeah, he wrote the wonderful Deadpool Wolverine as well.
The Marvels.
All right, that was also a thing.
Yeah, so the White Vision is dead. Oh no. And you see, so Beck is kind of like confused. Who is this Riri Williams? Don't know. But
No, that's your
well,
granddaughter, you fuck.
yeah. So Riri decides to use the White Vision's body to merge her body so that she becomes White Vision synthesoid hybrid.
I have so many questions. Like, how do you cut vibranium? How do you have weapons to how do you have choose to cut vibranium? How does it fit you? How do you know how to reverse engineer it in like a?
I guess she has a Koye. They did add a Koye in this alliance, but even then, it's like I still don't. So they still said she developed tech that like made the exoskeleton be like synthesized with her. So it's not like she's like putting the suit, like putting herself inside a robot body. I still don't get how it works though.
No.
Yeah. So basically, with the White Vision, she has the ability to see through Beck's basically his nanite illusions. So when they're seeing guns and stuff like that, she's able to tell them, okay, those aren't real, and like telling the group like this is where to go. But the suit does fail eventually, and she loses the ability to see through the illusions, and she gets lured into a prison cell. Ying Nan is like the one who's doing that, and then like goes inside. She sees like Beck, but then she looks around like you're not real. Nothing is real, and Beck explains that he has uploaded the nanites into himself, meaning that he can control illusions with his mind. So he doesn't need drones anymore. Is the idea?
What the fuck? How does that? I have so many questions of how does that even work?
And this is all Stark tech. So I mean, Stark had this tech before Beck.
Yeah. So was like, shouldn't Stark has nano? Okay, he has nanotech, but it's like, shouldn't he has nanotech that can control every armor, like control illusions at this point?
That's the idea.
Uh, yeah. Uh, so so yeah, and then we got a face reveal of Mysterio. He looks like he got blown up by a Death Star.
Yeah, and basically his motivation is that he like the nanites are killing Mysterio, so he wanted to be merged into White Vision's body so that he could live longer.
No, sorry. No, that the line should be strike me down and I will take your body.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah.
Riri fights. So they try to fight each other. Mysterio's illusions are like not keeping up with her. I mean they're keeping up with her, so like she's not able to really see where he is because of that. So what he decides to do is to give one last illusion, but he says this is to tell the truth. That is the main question. It's like why didn't he do that when he had control of the White Vision? So you see, I guess he wanted somebody to kill the White Vision first and then bring the body back to him.
Jesus.
The thing is, like, White Vision has no characterization, like no dialogue or anything like that. So I don't even know if he would be against like the programming of I need you to kill yourself so that I can take your body. Will it
No.
fight back? Like we don't even know that.
No, I have no idea. This is like
This really it really was like DCEU Superman or like what's here like Zack Snyder's vision. That's exactly what he would say. This is exactly what he would do.
probably.
Yeah.
And
Uh.
back to the
Mhm.
Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, what if episode 5? What if season 3, episode 5?
Yeah. So
And
basically, the Watcher, not the Watcher.
because
So Mysterio is showing Riri that all of her friends that she made, the friends she made 2 minutes ago, they're all
the
dead. They all died. You failed. You're gonna die as well. Riri is crying, while Mysterio is using this opportunity to absorb her power,
force powers.
which is
Sorry,
like,
nano powers.
which is like, God, why is power scaling so fucking shit? Like, I'm gonna steal your power. Here's like here's like a laser that is showing my stealing of your power. God. Can you
Yeah, what?
guys have any kind of creativity? I guess the only creativity they have is like the armor is like slowly coming off of Riri's body. But then the Watcher's like, this is the part where Riri dies. But I can't look because it happened so many times. It's always hard to see it. But then the Watcher thinks, no. And
No,
then he tells in Riri's head. Riri doesn't know who's talking to her, but like,
the force goes. Duh.
yeah,
Anakin, he's telling you. It's Anakin. I was like, trust in the force. By the way,
Riri,
this is so out of character for the watcher, but fuck it. Riri, may
Riri,
the
tell
force
him
be
no
with
you. Tell him no you. Right,
you.
you're right. She stands up. No, you. And suddenly Mysterio loses all of his power. And
Yeah.
then Riri's just all she's doing is just walking forward with confidence, and that's like absorbing all like the nanites into her body.
What,
She's getting all the power, all the control, all the stuff, and
how?
to the point where she siphons all the nanites off of Beck's body, and this is killing him. Uh,
Because I
and
am all the Jedi.
I am all the Jedi. And so Riri decides that, like, how are you going to do anything? This world is over. There's no hope anywhere. You know what? There's always time for hope. And what she does is she takes her now godlike power and she just like shines like a giant holographic Avengers logo in the sky for the whole planet to see. And you see that there are people living on different fragments of the earth, which again is crazy.
They can't just do like Sonic Unleash, like just pull the pieces of a planet back together.
Which is kind of like, I mean, that would suck too, but
At least that we like more hopeful. They're shining a light in the sky.
Yeah, but the Avengers are here and Mysterio's gone, so that was the hope. And that's kind of how that ends, but because the Watcher has intervened, three other Watchers have showed up behind the Watcher and are upset about this. We'll talk about who's the special cameo in the next episode. So
Yeah, so this
actually, there's a few special cameos here.
yeah, I was just laughing so hard in this episode. I was like, I am all the Sith, I am all the Jedi. Fuck you. Yeah,
Yeah.
really just
Yes.
Riri Williams, the new Rey Skywalker.
Yeah. Let's kind of pick up the pace a little bit. So episode 6, What If 1872. So this is kind of like this is an episode that does like an alternate universe kind of a thing. So that already kind of sets it apart from the other episodes in the sense that like I don't have to really compare it to another iteration of is it supposed to be from the movie timeline or not. So
Yeah, the writer just go fuck it. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Let's just say it's at the end of the universe. So it's anything could happen. I was like, oh, fuck, that's a smart move. I mean, for you guys, it's a smart move because it doesn't contradict anything.
Yeah. So it's the 1860s, which is already throwing you off because it's 1872. Oh, right. 1860s is the flashback. Apparently, he's yelling. You'll have to help me with the pronunciation. She fled to America for a better life. Shang-Chi's sister, but you see, she became victim of the Hood, which is like, oh, this is how we introduce the Hood to MCU fans through a What If episode.
Well, I guess the what's it called, the show like with Ironheart show. So the Ironheart show is supposed to be like coming out sooner, but
Yeah, it did get delayed. It did get delayed a bit. Though, I mean, according to Dominique, she said that like the show was finished a while ago, so it's like, and they didn't really do reshoots like that. So, not really sure what's taken so long, but like, I mean, it's gonna come out eventually.
yeah, next year. No, sorry, this year with
This year.
8 other MCU stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Fuck.
So that's basically it. And the Hood has like this plan of enslaving Chinese immigrants for some reason to consolidate his power. So yeah, specifically Chinese immigrants. So
I mean, he's just racist. So
I guess he's just racist.
Oh shit! Sorry, he's because white people are racist. Oh shit! Sorry, he's played by Hamilton's son in Hamilton, so he's like Latino.
Yeah, but you see, to be fair, we don't even see the Hood, which we'll get to. In 1872, Zhu Shang-Chi is searching for his sister alongside Kate Bishop.
Yay, Haley Steinfeld.
Please go back to physical acting at some point.
Oh yeah, she has a movie of her starring in physical acting, so I'm happy.
That's next. That's in April, I think. April, May.
Yeah, April.
Yeah. So he wants revenge on the Hood for killing her. Kate Bishop has the revenge on the Hood for killing her family. So that's kind of why they're working together. They're kind of like the superheroes of this time period. So they go into like a bar and they have this conversation with John Walker.
Yeah.
John Walker's the local gangster.
Yeah, to be fair, he's also played by Wyatt Russo. And
Wyatt Russell's back for this.
At the very least, this is a different version, so we just gotta go. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. So they have a little bit of a shootout. Kate Bishop has never missed her shot. Shang-Chi is fighting fighting kung fu.
Against people with guns.
Against people with guns. of course. And yeah, and Shang-Chi is like fast enough to throw his hat up in the air and like knock everybody out and catch his hat in the same toss. So, you know, gravity is pretty fast.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um so they go they so they talk so Walker says that like you're it's like you're never gonna catch the hood or you're already a goner by the time you find him or anything like that. Uh and so they head over to like a town. They see that the town is decimated already. All except for one little boy, Kwai Jun Fan, which I will explain in a second. He claims that the hood came and attacked their village, and then he was like, they were like, and they all left on this ghost train or something. So they were not really sure about this, but like they do see that there were some tracks coming from the town, so like there definitely was somebody here. So they follow the tracks, and they eventually find the train, and they jump on the train. Bishop has very strong forearms, so just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Um, and so they go inside and they see that there are a bunch of people that are sitting in first class seats of the train, but they're all like zoned out, focusing in one particular location, and nothing could really be said. Kwai is trying to talk to his dad, but like nobody can hear them basically. But they go to the front, and they are interacting with some of the Hood's men, along with their enforcer, Sonny Birch.
Sorry, no, that's the ghoul. Fuck, because he's literally just playing the ghoul in Fallout.
Yeah,
No, yeah, he's not.
Walton
What?
Goggins is back. Sonny Birch was the guy from the second Ant-Man movie who was a goofy character.
No, yeah, but I'm gonna be honest here. They just want him back because the ghoul is popular in Fallout, and they just want Walter Goggins to play the ghoul again. The heavy accents guy, the heavy like Texas accent cowboy who's like really cool, evil, who just want to take no, who just want to kill people for fun.
That's kind of my thing. It's like Sonny. I think he did a great job in this episode. I thought it was like very intimidating. He was able to come across as like it's just like that guy's nothing like Sonny Birch.
Yeah, and that's
It's like, wow, you were cooler in another universe.
yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
Oh, I know that because you're just the girl. The person, the actor who got praised the most in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this written that soon after Fallout? That is the other thing that kind of have to factor in.
I need to look at it.
Because like the what if episodes are kind of written out of order.
Yeah, I need to look at when did they write this up. When did they write this episode? Good. Replacing previous because this show it's like made in December, and fall it's like really it's not fall is like in when is fall made? Fall is
like early.
no, yeah, fall is really early. It's like fall. It's like April.
April.
There should be time for him to just write this episode out of order.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Let me see. It's like 1993.
When did the production start? Is the question for season 3? Because I know they started some episodes like last year because they had the Bucky and Red Guardian thing as the promo.
But that's before the showrunner got fired.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea because there's a lot of timelines. Because some said it's February.
Some of reshoots or rewrites.
Yeah, it could be rewrites. To be honest, there's still time for rewrites, so I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they did a pretty decent job with the episode in particular.
Oh, this
Uh,
is yeah.
Mainly because like I feel like Sunny does pretty well with um having someone to be there for. So so basically like they all have like they're there to find the hood, but the hood is not there. His enforcer, Sonny Birch, is there, and he's basically saying that the hood is looking for Shang-Chi actually. So but Shang-Chi tells the kid who's like a master at martial arts at a young age, which I'll explain in a second. He tells him to get out by using this move in Chinese. So he does do that, and he gets out of the way. Uh,
Yeah.
but so yeah, Sonny says that what are you guys doing? Go kill the kid. But you two stay with me. We're gonna take you to the hood. They stop the train, and they go out. So
And Watcher intervened by saving the kid for some reason. Fuck.
yeah, so Shang-Chi leaves and goes out to the light, and there is the hood. The hood has a man voice. Uh, the hood is like referred to as a man this entire time. Why am I saying this so much? Well, you see that they start fighting. They start fighting, and there's stuff like good fighting skills, and then there's like some teleporting going on because the hood can do that. Again, this is a very interesting way to introduce the hood to Marvel fans that have not seen this character in live action yet.
Uh,
But you see, there's a point where the hood is like going invisible and beating up Shang-Chi in different spots. Shang-Chi uh, silence himself, and then he listens closely and hears snowprint footprints coming up, and uses that as an opportunity to kick the hood off balance, and the hood falls down. And it turns out that the hood is actually his sister.
so how does she have a man voice?
What a twist!
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? I feel like it's the hood itself. Uh, the hood made by Mephisto. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm is what's his name? I keep forgetting who's playing him.
It's like
I know he's from Transformers.
I know. I just know him from. I remember. I just call him the Hamilton guy. It's like Anthony Ramos.
Anthony Ramos. Yeah. So is he
And
gonna have like a deep voice too?
but they didn't get Antonio Ramos in this episode.
No, he's not. Because yeah, the hood is not a character. The hood is racist. Well, that's about it. And apparently, so the reveal is that Xialing
Took the hood.
killed the hood and stole his power.
I I have
Uh,
no idea how does that work, but sure.
How did you kill the hood?
That
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. This is like my biggest problem with the end in this episode. It's I have no idea what this Xu Xiaoling's motivation, because
Yeah,
what she said is so fake. It was like I want to use this power to control people, to kill people.
it's
Why?
interesting because the hood used to have invisibility power. Doesn't have it anymore. So I guess they're using that. Now the hood is more like they kind of like reduced his power level, kind of stuff. Like he's got some level of mysticism and occult knowledge. He has like a criminal mastermind, marksman, and basic hand-to-hand combat. I mean, he used to have a little bit more like demonic transformation, reality manipulation, using the Norn stones. So I don't know. It kind of depends on like how they decide to go about the hood. But
Yeah, but yeah, that's I get. Yeah, that's all I get. I mean, I just think that this portrayal of Xu Xiaoling was like I have no idea what the fuck you just said to me.
Yeah.
It's just like I got fake reasons I want to steal his powers to control a gangster to kill white people, I guess.
hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got. If you are not with me, you are my enemy.
Uh-huh. And so they fight a bit more, and then it gets to a point where, well, so meanwhile on the inside, Sonny Birch has like a clock that can mind control. So he's using that on Kate Bishop to like hear what he's saying about like how it wasn't the hood that killed your family, it was I who did that. And he's
And
basically using this as an opportunity to brainwash her.
yeah, and
So based on this, it's like I think the reason why Zhu is like this is probably because Sonny Birch brainwashed her. But it's like, why did Sonny Birch brainwash her to become the hood?
but that doesn't make sense because when everyone is white mind control, Xu Xialing is not my white for mind control.
But it's like, is she mind control because of the hood, or is she mind control because of what Sonny is doing?
No, that's the thing. That is so fake because I have no idea what it's like. What happened to her? Did she just flip her motivation, or is there something possess her? That's the thing. Everything is so fake about her.
Yeah. But you see, they got a little bit of more kung fu action. So the kid is kind of is worried. So what he's using is like he's ringing the bell,
And
uh, to ringing it to a point where
every
it's like getting it's drowning out the brainwash thing watch on him. So Kate is getting back to her senses, and she
and
uses that opportunity of the confusion to
by the
grab
way, when
guns
I
to kill everybody.
yeah the hooders like no the hooders like Walton got the girl was like, oh I kill your family, took their money, and everyone do it for. I can't just say I want to do that money. I do it also for fun. When I heard that, I was like, okay, that line's from Fallout. No, literally, that's literally the first thing of the goal. She was like, oh, some people just want it for money. Wow, I do it for the fun of it. What the fuck? That was lifted from Fallout.
Honestly, I feel like they regret casting him as a goofy character. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but I did not because when I heard lines like this, I was like, this has to be inspired from Fallout. You have to be like, oh, I want to just put the ghoul
To
in
be
here.
fair, Operation. How many villains do we get that anymore? Like, you got a
Empire
lot of villains
Mysterio.
who's like, oh, but you see, my motivations are so complicated because I love somebody and all that stuff, and God, fucking
Yeah.
Mufasa, where Scar becomes evil
Uh,
because we'll talk about that next week.
no, don't worry. We got that last episode with Empire Mysterio. He just want to destroy the Earth. He just want to kill everyone because he's so evil. Mwahahaha.
Yeah. So basically that's how it happens. Kate Bishop like kills every single person in that compartment, which
What the fuck? Okay, someone should have guns.
they all have guns. They're just
Don't
not
shoot.
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just kills all of them, and then gets to Sonny. Is like, you wouldn't kill a defenseless man, right?
Oh.
She just, no, I want you to suffer, and knocks him out. I don't know if that was meant to be a sequel bait or anything like that. It's hard to tell. So outside, Xiaoling is defeated.
And yeah, Shang-Chi was like, I don't want to be killed.
I don't want to
I
like
don't want to kill you.
you're like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to fight you. You're crazy. No, I'm your brother. Honestly, like this is what I'm trying to say is like I feel like this is like the best I've got out of Saimu, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
no.
Because like I feel like whenever he's like in like Barbie or they try to put him in like other comedy movies now, it's like they try to make him like, oh, he's the funny guy. I don't think he's good at that though.
No, he's not.
I think he's a lot better when he's trying to be serious. But
Also, this is like the best portrait of Shang-Chi of the
that's
entire
what that
MCU.
that's what I was gonna say. And you know, he had a little bit in episode one, not really much to say, but I think like this episode, like this is like the episode where it's like, oh, I think he could legitimately be a decent Shang-Chi if they written him better.
And this guy actually has an character because
Yeah, because what I mean to say is like I thought he was like kind of a poor actor before, but I just think it's the probably the writing that was the issue.
yeah, because Shang-Chi in the movie is like a really bad character. She doesn't have and he doesn't even have motivation.
Yeah, and then Barbie's like he's trying so hard to be.
Ah, you're muted. By the way, Barbie, he just some funny guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like he's trying to be Ryan Gosling, but he's not Ryan Gosling. So.
No, he's not. But yeah, that is Shang. Yeah, so to be honest, yeah, this is the best portrayal of Shang-Chi because he actually cares about her sister, even
Yeah.
when she's about to kill him.
My downside is only like, why do they make him care about his sister so much in both of these things? I understand for What If because like the movie made him care about his sister so much, but like I don't know, it's just like why did the movie make him care about the sister, the mother, the aunt?
Chinese culture, that's why.
Yeah. Marvel Shinobi. I think they should stop with What If for now and introduce new variants in the Secret War movies and then go into their story arcs with new What If episodes. So they are going to stop What If. That is confirmed. Season 3 is the
But
end. In terms of introducing them in the Secret War movies, I do think that's going to happen. I mean, at the very least, I know for sure Captain Carter is going to be there because like they love that character.
somehow,
Uh, and then because like they've already confirmed Haley Atwell is coming back for Doomsday, so yeah, they're gonna milk the fuck out of her. Just not in the
somehow,
way that I want.
yeah, same. By the way, that's not true because we have the What If Zombies later and the
There is
freshman
What If
year
Zombies. It is.
Spider-Man.
I guess the only thing about that is like it is like going to separate itself from the like because like the zombies is focusing specifically on the zombie stuff. It's not like What If in that sense.
And also freshman year.
Yeah, but that's not MCU. It was supposed to be, and like, there's no way that it could. To the point where it's like, you know what, we're not making an MCU.
Oh no, I just said those are the What If stories.
It practically is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but because of this, so Jia Ling is like a bit confused as to, but like she does succumb to her aggression and tries to kill Shang-Chi. But while this happens, Kate Bishop shoots her. But it was a complete accident because she thought the Hood was somebody else. And he was trying to kill Shang-Chi, didn't know that it was like, I think it's completely fair. I think I actually kind of I like how apologetic she was and really sorry that she did it.
I was like, this is, and then afterwards, like, oh, this is my favorite scene of the entire season.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Like an accidental kill that was treated like an accidental kill, and like I'm really sorry. I did not mean to do that. I thought she was trying to kill you, and it's like you didn't kill her. The Hood killed her.
To be fair, she is trying to kill him, but yeah.
Yeah. But like before she died, it was like she realized that she's talking to her brother again, and her brother. There's my sister. There's my brother.
So I just guess that Hood just possessed her, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like I'm a little concerned like how they're gonna portray the Hood in Iron Fist, but not Iron Fist. I'm getting ahead of myself. In Ironheart, but we'll talk about that when that show comes out.
And and then the ending was like, oh, Kate and Shang-Chi just ride off the sunset to fight more crimes.
Yeah, but they're watching the kid Kwai Jun Fan, who is really good at using his fist, almost like he's an Iron Fist.
Yay.
So you say Kwai John Fan is the Iron Fist of 1872, like in that year. So that was your reference of why this name in particular is because that's an actual character from the comics who was an Iron Fist in that century. Now,
Yeah.
my thing is like with this whole discussion about Iron Fist, uh, and like the lack of Danny Rand in a lot of media nowadays, especially like after Marvel Rivals put Lin Lee as that. Say
Because
that.
because you see the Iron Fist show sucks. I
Yes.
rather
Mhm.
I rather watch the Iron Fist show again than any of most of everything from Phase 5.
That's what I'm kind of. That's what I'm saying. It's like Iron Fist is like it was like 8 years ago, but like there's been a lot of consequences to that, especially in the last decade. I mean, like on August, it was his 50th anniversary, and they killed him. They killed him on his 50th anniversary, and he has not returned. They have not like suggested, oh, he might be coming back soon. No, they haven't done that. They
Because
fucking
you yeah. Because he's not Asian. I wish I was joking.
yeah, and it's again, it's like it's so weird because like Iron Fist, like the criticism that he getting is like it's focusing on 5% of his character story, and that's it. Like the rest, that's only 5% of his story, and like, but everybody focuses on that so much and acting like that's his character, his entire character, which is stupid. But
No,
yeah,
people. No, the thing is he's white. I wish I was kidding.
yeah, it's like white savior. He's not a fucking white savior, man. He's there because his parents got killed over the country, and they raised him. And then
No, that's
he fought in a tournament and won fair and square against Davos or the Spy Master.
yeah, but you see, he's white, so he can't know kung fu. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Sorry, that's exactly what Batman is.
yeah. I wish Birdie had more screen time before the finale, or
Jesus.
as a well-known mutant, maybe Angel instead of her. I like when I saw her design, I thought she was Siren, the daughter of Banshee. So, but yeah, then they said it's Birdie, the daughter of Howard the Duck and uh Darcy Lewis. It's crazy, man. Uh yeah, it's such a weird decision. But yeah. And then the episode ends with a cut to the Watcher being punished by the other Watchers for his interference, which so he gets pushed up against the multiverse glass, and it causes shards to fall down into space. And that's how the episode ends, but that will be important for another episode. Uh,
So
as for the birdie comment, is like I do agree that it's weird that like you had her be the main OC and you don't actually have an episode dedicated to her. I mean, you have an episode dedicated to her birth, I guess, but like then there's like a time jump.
no, I mean what? I mean, if you want to do that, why don't you just have that episode be their daughter? As disgusting as that idea is.
Yeah. So that kind of I mean this greatly segues into our last two episodes, the two-parter finale.
Do you know who
What if
voiced the? Yeah.
the
Do you know who
Watcher
voiced?
disappears?
And he's kidnapped by Eminem. Sorry, Emonus. I keep calling him Eminem. Emonus.
I want to get back to him. Not yet.
Do you know?
It's a surprise.
Oh,
Surprise. Surprise. Surprise.
yeah.
Surprise.
So
Surprise.
he's voiced by Eminem, but Eminem. So Eminem kidnapped what the Watcher.
I mean, he is bald.
Yeah.
So
And he's definitely a rap god.
yeah. So what if the Watcher disappeared? Episode 7. The same actor Birdie is now rumored to be Fantastic Four for an unknown role. I really hope it's Alicia Masters because, like, if it's not, that'd be really stupid. Don't make her Birdie. That's a terrible
No,
idea.
she's probably just some Fantastic Four villain.
Either that, Alicia Masters, Ben Grimm's wife. I mean, she could be Herbie for all we know. The robot voice.
I still think that's No, they said they want a comedian.
I
So
still don't understand why Herbie's not a comedic character. It is
oh,
what it is.
to be fair, I think he just wants some fun. Marvel just want funny robots.
Please laugh. So yeah. So in the fifth dimension, the Watcher stands trial before the other three Watchers: the Eminence, the Incarnate, and the Executioner. Now, these names are pretty interesting because one of them is played by Jason Isaacs.
Dun,
The
dun, dun.
like the Jason Isaacs, Captain Hook, Lucius Malfoy. Yeah, that Jason Isaacs.
Shit, he's not playing with Eminem.
Uh, who am I miss? Admiral Zhao. Grand
The
Inquisitors.
Inquisitor.
Grand
Yeah,
Inquisitor is what I'm looking for. Yeah, they got him, and another big name they got, which is honestly kind of weird. They didn't prominent him a lot more. Was they also got DC Douglas from Resident Evil.
Oh shit! Wait, he's in that Resident Evil. What?
He's Wesker.
Wait, what? He's Wesker. Jesus Christ.
Wesker and Legion from Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Oh shit! He is.
Yeah.
Oh,
They got some big names as two different Watchers. So yeah, so the Watcher standing on trial, because he has interviewed far too many times. We'll get to what that conclusion is later. But it cuts to Xandar, and it's basically that episode where Nebula is like Nova Prime in that universe. There's like this big tentacle monster coming through like a portal, which I guess it's not Gargantuous or
no! My first thought is
Morath, the Doctor Strange villain, but
no. My first thought is that the creature from like the first episode of What If? That fight
that
Agent Carter.
actually Agent Carter said, yeah, that is the time meter or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they just summon. Yeah, Rascal just summon hentai to fight people. To
Yeah.
destroy the world. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you see, the Nova Corps is trying to fight against it, but like they can't. You see the Nova helmet too. It's like, oh my god, Nova! I want to see that character. We'll never see Nova, man. We'll never see-
Oh, you see, they make a Nova movie or Nova show.
I'll believe it when I see it. But you see, so Nova Prime, who is Nebula, she's ordering the attack. Let's get ready to attack. But you see, all of a sudden, in comes a flash. Or no, she's saying like, let's evacuate the people. The planet's in danger. No, that's not. Korg is like, no, that's not good. It's like which he's like, yeah, because like the no ships can leave the atmosphere. But then all of a sudden, this ship comes in from teleports in. Is like, oh, I guess you were saying. And it turns out it's a time chair, like Kang's time chair. But who's in that time chair? Captain Carter. Which brings a lot of questions. Are they trying to tell me that they killed all the Kangs?
I guess I guess. I mean, it's so fake. I mean, all we know they just kill one Kang. One Kang that can destroy a multiverse.
Yeah. So yeah, she comes in a time. So she comes in through the time chair. Then in comes a grown-up birdie, and then in comes the teleportation of Kahori. You know, your three OC characters. And then there's one more, a surprise reveal of a Mjolnir wielding Storm. Yeah, like Storm, the X-Men mutant. She is here. And I was like, are they fucking trying to tell me that these characters are so friends to the point that they have already done a lot of adventures together? They've already done all this thing. Storm is here, the fucking X-Men mutant who has the power of Thor, I guess. You're gonna put them all together in this one episode, and you're gonna expect that everybody will fucking care. You know, I feel
I
like
mean, this shit is like when I saw this, I was like, this is something you put in fanfic.com. It's like I can imagine you. It's like something like, oh, you see, Naruto has a, okay, Naruto has a second son, and his second son has some insane superpowers, like portal dimensional portal tearing, and then he was like, oh, and he'll be even stronger than Naruto, and he's gonna be doing like universal battles against like other people, and he's gonna join up with Goku's fifth son to do that. This shit is like something from fanfic.com.
no. What's funny to me is like, it reeks of like, dude, we wrote the show about the exiles with Captain Carter, Kahori, and Birdie, but nobody seems to like it. I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. You know what? It's Storm. Let's put her in. Let's cue the theme. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Let's do it. Then people will care. Oh, wait, let's put it actually let's trick the audience by let's make Storm in the trailers so that people think that, oh, maybe she has her own episode. No. No. This is really pathetic, man.
Yeah, apparently they almost have. Apparently, they almost have Wolverine. If not the fact that the showrunner realized, oh shit, we can actually use Wolverine.
What doesn't make sense. Use Storm.
Yeah, how do you not know you can use Wolverine?
But just, I mean, they wanted the Exiles to be all women. Let's be honest. And they also got Allison Seeley Smith back from X-Men '97 as well. So, what are they trying to tell me? I don't know. They don't tell us
no
anything, which is so fucking bizarre. Is like they treat it like Storm has been here the whole time, or like we've seen her before. Birdie is like also the same problem, but like at least Birdie is like technically got set up in her episode 4, but she was a baby, so she's not a character. But Storm is just here. Just accept it. It's like, wow, that's a lot of respect.
Apparently this is a team. Oh, by the way, there's a photo of the original team. That Carter looks at it. And when I saw this, I was like, that everyone else died off screen.
Yeah, they had like they had Infinity, they had like Thanos, Gamora, they had Star Lord, T'Challa. Basically, their other OC characters, all in one team.
They also have Party 4.
They had Party Thor as well. No, but it's just these 4.
Yeah, the only conclusion I can draw from it is they died off screen.
Must have.
Yeah.
But you see, they so they're just here. It's just another Tuesday for them. They prevent the interdimensional universe-eating tentacle monster from attacking Earth 625. And then Captain Carter and her team, so once they kill it, they Nova Prime comments like, you just destroyed a universal threat, but it seems like that was just another Tuesday for you. Yep. And then all of a sudden, those 3 shards of glass from the 5th dimension falls down on Xandar and hits right in the feet of Captain Carter. Out of all the universes, out of all the places that glass could have landed, it had to be that one planet where Captain Carter is.
Not just the planet, because the last episode said that this is like the far end of the infinite multiverse. Okay, let's just say that there's no such thing as far end of the infinite multiverse. It's like really far away. So, and the Nova Corps episode is just one change. So the distance is not even the same.
Yeah, but you see, it lands in front of Captain Carter. So now all of this, like seeing multiversal glass means that the Watcher is in trouble.
I mean, it can't just be like, oh, it just cracked.
No. 1 second.
So, does anyone actually enjoy this fanfic.com episode? I hope not. By the way, I never watched X-Men 97, so I have no idea. It was like, oh, that might be like the X-Men 97 Storms. So I was like, I
No,
don't
it's
care.
it's not.
Oh, thank fuck.
That's not really necessary.
Yeah.
It's just Storm, just so people will watch this season to hope that she has a big role in this episode or this season, but she really doesn't.
No, she really has an old lady voice for some reason.
That's something that people have started to complain about.
No, I started.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like even people on Twitter are like kind of like mixed on it. Like Allison has voiced the character since '92, if I'm not mistaken. So she's been voicing for quite a while. I mean, she's 65 now. Yeah, she did Storm since 1993.
Yeah, because people. Yeah, because people will be like, oh, this is a really good voice actress. It's like, dude, she sounds like an old lady.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thing. It's like I think she sounds great. It's just that I think she has like kind of aged out in the sense that like I feel like people have misconstrued it that Storm is not supposed to be old because like just because she has white hair, she's not old. But then it's like, oh, but she's not. She's like talking in a regal manner. And it's like, yeah, like a queen. That makes sense. But like, I do feel like whenever people fan cast the character or anything like that, they do try to go a little bit older than what you would typically expect of Storm to be. So that's like something that I've noticed. And plus like you can get younger voice actors to sound older or to sound more royal. It's not impossible.
I mean, why can't they just get the voice actress who voiced her in Death Battle? No, I'm serious. I like that voice more than whatever fuck this voice is. I was like, because my first was like, is Storm like a 60-year-old person? And who voiced like Storm in Death Battle? Like, by the way, he kills Cora. She kills Cora. I'm happy. Oh, Shara Kirby.
All right. I need to do a little bit of acceleration. So they don't know anything, but the four of them are thinking about like, damn, these shards being here from the fifth dimension. That just has to mean that the Watcher is in danger or something. Well, I don't know what he's in trouble for or anything like that, but we need to help him. So they're saying, okay, so let's try to find out how to get to the fifth dimension. And in the meantime, you have like Birdie and Kahori playing foosball, and the foosball has a bunch of Easter eggs because like they're basically all the Marvel characters in one foosball table. So that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So they tried a few things. So Birdie tried to use the time chair because that has fifth dimension properties. And like, let's try to take the battery. Let's try to take one of the shards and like try to put it in the time chamber. So it's like, okay, so I guess so I guess like even with all of the multiversal stuff with Kang outside of the TVA and all this stuff, it's like I guess this chair really can't go to the fifth dimension. So I guess they do have limits.
But you see, they stole time charges from the TVA. So does the TVA exist lower than the Watcher dimension? Is that confirmed?
Oh, yes. Yes, that would be the logic. I mean, yeah, that's the logic.
Yes.
It's like, guys, if any danger happens, let's just use the reset charges that we stole from the TVA before. Oh, good thinking, good thinking. I remember all these adventures that we used to have that the audience has never seen before.
Yeah.
God, it's like that. It's like that type of writing too. It's like I hate that type of writing. Do you remember that thing that we did like 4 days ago that the audience doesn't know about, and we should talk about it now? Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Remember that time we killed Hitler?
God, he was a fucking bitch, man.
Yeah. Oh my god. Remember he tried to shoot at us? I just deflect his bullets. Good times.
So yeah, so that, but the thing is, the time chair that exploded because it could not do that power uh, and all that stuff. So forget about it. Um, but there is another try, and what they decide to do is Storm takes Mjolnir,
And
and
she
this is the thing that really upset me. It's like, by the power of Mjolnir and the power of Asgard, like, because she has like, that's how she talks in all of the X-Men shows and all that stuff.
and by the power of the entire multiverse.
And the power of the entire multi, it's like she's trying to do an incantation essentially to use that as a way to make it work. She tries, but then it loses power and she shatters the glass. Then they've lost their second shard, and they only have one shard left to go back to the fifth dimension.
Uh,
Um,
so yeah.
so they're thinking, and it eventually comes to the idea from Kahori that, you know, here's an idea. I don't think you're gonna like it, but we might have to talk to a being that has actually fought the Watcher in his realm. You don't mean? Oh, I mean the uh I'm a goofy goober now. I just said that because Operation knows the reference. The Infinity Ultron. Um, so yeah, there we got to find Infinity Ultron, and but that's not gonna work because Infinity Ultron. Every time he's fought the Watcher, like they get in like a stalemate, and then they can't fight any longer or that kind of thing. So he's kind of like lost his will or something. But then is like, okay, you need to find a different variant of Infinity Ultron. Uh, and then, if we'll use the TVA equipment to prune him if he goes rogue and that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so they
So
agree to this plan, but Carter is like looking out in the stars. She has like a wholesome conversation with Storm, her best friend that we've seen before. About like how they need to goofy, yeah. Yeah. So Storm tells Carter that, because like you're not afraid of dying, you're afraid to see other people die, that kind of thing,
yeah, that was never a thing for Agent Carter, but sure.
like seeing
Sure.
others die.
Yeah. So I mean, so that's so if that's the case, she should not go alone and just expose the multiverse because that's exactly how Infinite Ultron just kill all the universe.
I guess the logic here is like if she goes alone, then she can like deal with it herself, so that her friends could like stay behind and they won't get themselves killed or that kind of thing. Um, I I guess the only thing is like that's a huge risk because yeah, she uses the time chair, which I guess it didn't blow up, uh, and she teleports to Infinity Ultron, um, and he is like so before she teleports in, he's just like standing there, motionless, eyes closed, and all that stuff. So it's clear that he's the only thing in the universe. Everything is dead, destroyed, and all that stuff. Captain Carter, who could just breathe that air, is here. It's like, how are you here? That's impossible. I've killed everybody. We need to talk. Um,
And then I'm gonna be fast forward, and then she just got kidnapped by the Watchers.
She got kidnapped by Jason Isaacs. Ultron couldn't really do anything. The gang, they noticed that Carter went missing. Birdie gets a call from Howard and Darcy to remember that they're her parents and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
cool. And then after noticing that she went missing, saw that the shard is missing too. Then they decide to go and find Infinity Ultron, which again I don't really know how it's that easy to find Infinity Ultron like that.
No, she just does. Just
Yeah,
like Darcy just invented universal communications. Yeah, she's smart. She's the next Tony Stark no one realized.
yeah. Birdie's like super high tech, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so Infinity Ultron is there. He's like, "No way, you don't understand," and all of them are fighting him because they thought he killed Captain Carter. And then he uses the time stone to stop time so they can stop fighting. And then he explains that actually she was stolen by the Watchers. The Watchers, there are more than one Watcher, that kind of thing. So they don't know about the Watchers like lifestyle and all that stuff, which is fair. I mean, you never really get to talk about it. But then so Infinity Ultron, what he said is like when he has this profound conversation, I guess, about how he has realized that there is no peace without life, and concludes that he made a mistake in extinguishing all of life in the universe. So he agrees that it may be too late, but he's willing to atone for his actions and absorb the shard to help them teleport to rescue Captain Carter and the Watcher.
So the entire thing just relies on Ultron realized, oh, destroying the universe is bad.
Because it's gotten rid of all the conflict in the world.
This is like the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, it cuts back to the Watcher, and the Watcher's having a conversation about how you have broken your oaths one too many times. You did it so many times. You did it for.
I think that's episode 9.
Was that episode 9?
Episode
Or
8, sorry.
episode 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's
That is the next episode. Okay, so the next episode is What If? In it has a flashback of a Watcher disciple named Uatu. That's the name of the real Watcher that we focus on. He was recruited to become a full-time Watcher by Eminence.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Eminence has like a lot of faith in Uatu that he's gonna be a great one, because like he understands the concept of like a Watcher is meant to be no one. A Watcher is meant to like observe, not to be a person or that kind of a thing. So that's kind of like the ideology. So by the way, none of this is how the Watcher works in the comics. So I'm just gonna preface that right now because it's gonna be really fucking insane.
Yeah, I was looking at it, was like, oh, they just got watch. It was like, so what the fuck are you doing? Just watching stuff?
Well, okay, that part is how it works, but like the way that they go about like making the Watchers the bad guys of the season is like that's the silly part. So then he's like, oh, it's like I don't really help all that often. It's like, oh yeah, you do, for Riri Williams, for Kwai Jun Fan, for Reed Richards, for Madison's with a Y and 2 N's.
Haha, funny.
I remember.
Why would the Watcher give a shit about that? Who knows? I guess Eminem just want to do some, just want to fill in his next song, I guess.
And then they also kind of explain like you have, this is their episode where they reference all the great episodes that they've done. Like, when he gave Doctor Strange Supreme the information he needed to recreate a destroyed universe and all that stuff, which is still crazy, by the way.
I have no idea what the argument is like. And then the Watcher's like, if you not do anything, fuck it.
It's like you can't like you can't let a universe die. Like you have to let the universe like nurture itself, let it grow to become a flower, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It still
Taolam
goes
is
against the code of being a watcher to begin with, because I mean, yeah, essentially the watcher is like a neutral character overall, or supposed to be at least.
yeah. The arguments are so.
It's hard for me to summarize the character right now, especially because I do have to go to on call in like 12 minutes. So
Fuck. Okay, so basically they rush
we're almost
there.
done. We're almost done. Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna summarize it quick. Those four chuckle fucks just rush there, and they immediately save the Watcher and Captain Carter, because apparently Captain Carter is like the worst thing he ever did, even though that's Infinity Ultron, because he is the first one that exposed him to the fifth dimension and try to kill everyone. And so Infinity Ultron with fifth dimensional powers distract them and they all escape. The Watcher just one shot kill him because apparently one the Infinity Ultron without fifth dimensional power is able to beat one Watcher. But apparently Infinity Ultron with fifth dimensional power got one shot by other Watcher. That's power scaling to you.
Yeah, so he basically holds it long enough for the guys to get out, because he knows he's gonna die, that kind of thing. So your heroic sacrifice and all that stuff. Captain Carter, they all get out in a ship, and while they're trying to teleport to Doctor Strange's universe, the Watchers, they blow up the ship and they fall into a planet. So yeah, they all survive.
Because physics.
Yeah, and so
And then they just
this is the funniest fucking part of the. So the Watchers, they come in and they're like, to the Watcher that you betrayed your whole livelihood for the fucking mortals. How could you? So you don't understand all this stuff. So what he does, so like they try to fight him, like fight the Watchers, but the Watchers, they're OP as fuck. So like they're mopping the floor with him. So they throw them against a wall and like push them down and down and down and down, feeling a lot of pain. So Uatu is like, say this oath. So he tries to get them to repeat the Watcher oath to them. And, they say a few of the lines, but they couldn't get it all the way. So it's just say, I accept. I accept. And
yeah.
we need to really emphasize this. All of the four characters become the Watcher.
I need to. Okay, hey Marvel, do you hire Chat GTP for that?
It's like that's not how the Watcher power works. They're a fucking different race of people. You can't just like say, "Oh, let me just say this oath that the Watcher said, and I get the powers." That's how it works. That's so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I just like here's a few lines. I accept. Shit, that you should.
And
Everyone
that's
should
the
have.
thing too. They don't even finish the sentence. They just have to say, "I accept."
I mean,
So
why
they
don't
didn't even
just?
say the full oath. Yeah.
I mean, the Watchers can just. Okay, so in the finale of What If season 1, the Watcher can just say I accept and beat the fuck out of Infinity Ultron.
Yeah, or like so that Captain Carter can like have the power Watcher too, because they're always going to prop up that character. So yeah, so now all the characters have the power of the Watcher, and now all of the characters are fighting each other like in a DBZ style, a bad DBZ style. And yeah, all the Watchers are fighting each other, along with you got your mix of Birdie and Storm and Captain Carter and Kahori. They're all just fighting. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of dialogue from Eminence and Uatu, since like they have like the mentor student relationship, so they at least have something of character to like discuss. Everybody else is just
boxing match.
boxing match because like they don't know each other. Like they're just helping the Watcher to save his life.
No, they
Mm.
all they got is like Stormer's like, before I command nature, now I am nature. Fuck you.
Yeah,
French.
yeah. That is how the character speaks in the show and in the comics. It is weird if you've never seen the character before.
To be fair, I don't think I need third party source material for this character for how she's portrayed.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's unfortunate because like I know people were looking forward to the Storm episodes, like, but then it's like she's just here and they don't even use her. Speaking of like mashup of two different characters to become one character is like we'll get to that because that's how the episode ends. Is yeah, so they're fighting, they're fighting. It eventually gets to a point where they are pinned down and they have like a little bit of a, but then the Eminus he basically it has like a large amount of energy that is like firing at them. Um, or actually, they actually fire lasers at him, and he says, and Watu says, just yield, just surrender, because you know they can't die. Watchers can't die. So they're, but he's saying never, never, never. And then eventually, the three Watchers they like merge together to make one Super Watcher, kind of a thing. I know we're going way too fast on these things, but I gotta rush myself.
Don't worry, it's like so he's gonna erase everyone.
So basically, I'm not gonna race just you. I'm gonna race all of your variants across the entire multiverse. And then you
Yeah,
see like every
that's
single character has like a different iteration of what do they look like from different universes. The only one I can really note is Captain Carter because like they made her the Sabretooth, they made her Elektra, they made her Cap. Well, obviously Captain Carter, then Deadpool or something like that. Like so, yeah. Again, the variants are just so weird, man. Because like the way they do variants is like, oh, what if this character is another character in the comics? That's their extent of like this is a different character. It's
yeah.
so lazy, man.
Yeah, and to be honest, what the Watchers did was like, I'm not gonna interfere. Was like, I'm gonna kill every version of the Watcher, that of your character. Was like, yes, that's what interfering means. Fuck you.
Yeah, and then like, but then like
Uh,
Captain Carter is like, no, you. So
she just resurrect herself and just
she resurrects herself by like literally like grabbing all of the sources of. I want you to understand how fucking insane this is because like so she absorbs the power of like every multiversal version of herself, like right all the Jedi, and like jumps up in the air, and then she turns into the fucking Beyonder because that white form with the blue form with the stars on her that's Celestial, that's fucking Beyonder, and uses that to like punch. Basically, like she uses that power to punch the Eminence to a point where it turns out he doesn't have powers anymore. He lost all of his powers because he's in the Doctor Strange universe, where Doctor Strange can like remove the powers of people. I guess.
Oh, by the way, he's clearly last season said he's dead, and now he's like, no, he's actually alive. You fuck.
Yeah. So he removes the powers of those characters, the other Watchers, and then the Watcher uses this opportunity to humble the guy, to watch over this new life in this new universe. They mourn for the death of Captain Carter. Uh, the Watcher invites Kahori, Birdie, and Storm to join him in watching over the multiverse. And then you see like a bunch of different multiverse ideas that they could have done a lot more interesting ideas with, but decided not to do, like Man Thing Spider Man, uh, Samurai Ghost Rider, Thanos Wolverine. I mean, these aren't interesting to me because a lot of these are like, what the fuck? The Samurai Ghost Rider is actually interesting. Then you got Riri Williams as the Punisher.
No one cares.
You got Shang-Chi as Iron Man. Yeah, that like this is their level. This is how they view like what if is like what if this character was that character, and that's the problem. but yeah, that's how the episode ends. I will say though, the one thing I liked about this episode in particular is that how they changed the what if intro card with Jason Isaacs doing the voice and like changing the dialogue and like you were told about this about what if, and, in this iconic British accent.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
And
I
yeah,
like that. So yeah,
that's it. Yeah, except they have a memorial to Mary Sue Carter, and then literally watch just like, shit. Do you realize there's beauty in everything? Eminem was like, oh shit, yeah, yeah. From like eons of knowledge of watching universes, the multiverses, I never think of there's beauty in everything. Fuck, what the fuck?
so I guess this is one of your things like when you have the power of a god, it's like you don't get to realize like how beautiful some of the smaller things are, kind of a thing. Or it's like you're watching but you're not seeing. Like that was like Uatu's like argument. And that is an interesting way to go about it with the Watcher. That's the only thing that I can like say that is like actually like a fraction of what the Watcher is. Especially like how Uatu, because Uatu is like the rogue Watcher in that group of like the Celestials, but he has a difference of opinion compared to everybody else, and that's kind of like what his argument is. Like his issue with like, I know I'm not supposed to be interacting with humans, but the humans have like changed my perspective or my perception of like viewing how should I look at life. That's like one way to look at it, but like again, I really have to end the pod. I hate to rush.
Yeah, so we just concluded.
What if sucked?
What
This is
sucked?
terrible. There was
Yeah,
no creativity. The only thing that felt like a legitimate what if was probably that Ant-Man. What if Hank Pym was like fucking evil or something like that?
yeah. I mean, this season probably has the best episode with the Worcester one because because they have nothing contradicted, and that is so simple that it can't have as much problem as other episodes. But like, if the best episode is basically wow, it's not a what if, it's just alternate universe. Like you're kind of fucked. You're just kind of really bad at your job.
Yeah. So, and this, they've been milking Haley Atwell a lot. It makes sense, but it also is like really affecting a lot of this stuff. She's a fucking OC. I'm tired of it. Agent Carter
No,
is not an interesting character. I don't know why they
no.
keep pushing her. Um, I can at least I appreciate the attempt of trying to make Kahori and Birdie a thing, but just like as Regina George says, stop trying to make it a thing. She'll never be a thing. And
No.
this is really bad. I
That show. Fuck you. Fuck
and
Marvel.
honestly, like what out of all the fucking times, everybody has been saying, what if the other side was blipped? That's the easiest thing to do, and they don't do it. They never did
No,
it.
because it's like because the
They don't have the
concept of
creativity to try it.
because
Yeah.
the concept of these people was like, oh, I want to just like some alternative Avengers team. I just want some other cool characters I invented.
I wanted Howard the Duck to fuck Darcy.
Yeah,
Somebody puts that out of context.
yeah, okay. I want a bunch of villains like Matt Mikkelsen, Christopher Atkinson, and it's like Russell Crowe to just be in the same place fighting each other. That's how I feel when it comes to these episodes. They just want cool stuff.
I
They
got
don't
my
want,
action figures fighting against each other.
yeah, that was so cool. Fuck you, fuck you. Tell me this is fanfic.com shit and stuff. A what if story? Fuck you.
Fanfix does better than this. Yeah. So next week we're doing a 2024 recap type of video. We're gonna have some guests there. Look forward to that. We also have a few other videos idea. Again, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Hopefully 2025 is a better year. I
No,
really hope so.
yeah, you would know that from how from the other movies we have watched in 2024 we did not talk about.
Yes. So yeah, be on the lookout. We're gonna really try to be more active with our channel in terms of like how to, bring back the Spotify, bring back like promotions for the ARC podcast channel as well. Please subscribe to our ARC podcast channel. The link is in the description down below. Subscribe to Unity Review and Analysis. This is where we do our live streams, but he's also a very good content creator as well. He just had a great video on Penguin and Agatha episode 1 comparisons. Subscribe to my channel, Red Devilos Reviews. I am planning on making a video about The Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and trying to finish that series because I'm tired of talking about it, to be honest, but I was still am going to put all my passion into it so that you guys will enjoy it before Falcon and the Winter Soldier sequel, Captain America 4, drops. So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to all of us. Check out the Spotify link, and we will see you next time. Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.